tail in this second and final qualifying heat as Kyle McKenzie brings the green flag into the air.
And they take off, and they stop. And they take off again down the back straightaway. The turn one, once they get going, but turn one on the first lap to me is hilarious.
Some of these guys will use the e-brake. They used to use it a lot more than they seem to now, but yeah, you get that whole, oh, now the leader, Dustin Longboat, slows in corner 2, and he's the defending champ, but he has had nothing but struggles all year with the 155, and now I believe that's going to bring the caution flag out. So Dustin Longboat not having the season that he had 1 year ago as champion, and now he's got the car fired, but it doesn't seem to be. Well, maybe he's just waiting to grab the tail of the field here, but we will wait and see. Yep, he's going again, so we'll get them restacked and come back to the green flag with 4 laps left to go.
Doug Leonard and the scores working to get them in the right order.
Yeah, this is the only division that doesn't have transponders.
And sometimes Doug yells as though he doesn't have a radio. I think he actually wants them to hear him from the tower. But there was a time this all had to be done by the flagman. It was all done by hand signals and
chalkboards. So they are trying to get Dustin Longboat to the back of the pack. He was the cause of the caution, yet he was trying to sneak up there into the 4th spot. So we'll get that sorted out as the 67 of Tommy Baldwin heads to the pit area. With Alex Maas, your leader, in the 3. Jillian Hills in that 32, running in 2nd. Tristan De Silva right now in 3rd. Adam Plazik in the 01P in 4th. And the point leader has made his way to the 5th position. That is Lucas Smith.
Lucas is a one-man highlight reel. If you want to have fun watching this class tonight, watch nothing else but that station wagon. He drives every lap just as hard as a driver can.
There they go into corner number 1, and Smith cuts it down low on Plazik, and De Silva gets a good run. Meanwhile, side by side for the lead as Jillian Hills and Alex Maas go at it.
Jillian Hills up to the outside, Alex Maas on the bottom. They'll come together without making contact, get into close quarters down into 1 and side by side again down the backstretch.
Hills has the advantage. Maas right there in 2nd. 2 laps left to go. Hills on the outside. Boy, they're close at the line.
And I don't know if she's proudly flying the Canadian flag or she's wearing it like a superhero cape, but either way, it's cool.
Does look like a cape out there as we get ready for the white flag. Hills, she's been strong in the last 2 or 3 weeks, to say the least, after struggling to start this season. Now she's a force to reckon with.
She struggled mightily, but the struggles seem to be over for Jillian Hills. Turns 3 and 4 is all she needs to complete. She'll take the win in the qualifying heat race.
Alex Maas comes home in 2nd, then it's Lucas Smith. Paul Longboat, Tristan De Silva completing the top 5, then it's Adam Plazik and the 01X of Ben Rima. Well, we got some trouble down here in front of us, Adam. Mr. Gary Collings is here now, voice of the Flamborough Speedway, he's done an awesome job there. He really has.
His enthusiasm, his energy is excellent. There must not be go-kart racing tomorrow because I've seen a few go-kart families out here tonight because they'd be getting up right about now.
Mercedes in the parking lot, an E250 gray BXLB 746 parked in a handicap zone. Please display your permit or move your vehicle. A gray Mercedes parked in the handicap section. We need that moved immediately. As we get ready for the first qualifying heat for the Southern Ontario Sprints versus the Kool Kidz Ice and Water Corr Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars, starting on the pole out of Mount Hope in the WeldStar Custom Fab O'Neill's Farm Equipment. Number 2, it's Lee Winger. To his outside out of Port Colborne, the Gilletta Flooring Services, Hayner's Discount Tire and Auto Service. Number 22 is Sean Slider. Starting 3rd out of St. Williams, the Norfolk Appliance Repair. 21J is John Burbridge. The 11 is Jamie Turner at a K-Ster Center in the Charlie B. Honey Ride. Starting 5th out of Fort Erie, the 27Z is Stan Zenkin. Starting in 6th out of Carlisle, the Big Road Fleet Company. Number 9 is Steve Lyons. Starting 7th out of Ridgeway, Ontario, the ABC Contracting Ride, it's Josh Schleider. in the 71S as we go green, and Lee Winger leads down the backstretch.
20 cars signed into the pit area for the SOS 360 sprint cars tonight. 20 cars will start in the feature, so everybody should get into the big dance later this evening.
Wow, troubles for Slider up into corner number 1. He lost a ton of ground there as Jamie Turner charges on the bottom looking for that second spot.
Jamie Turner and Steve Lyons, a couple of drivers who have raced lots of different kinds of race cars.
Little smoke coming out of that left side of the 22 of Sean Slider. Could be an issue of just too much oil in that machine, or it could be something else as he mightily struggles through 3 and 4.
John Burbridge in that 21 closing in, could make it a 4-car battle for the second position. Whatever is smoking on the Slider car does not seem to be slowing him down. That slowing down is all handling.
Halfway through this one, Lucas Oil Products heat race number 1 with Lee Winger way out in front. Slider and Turner going at it for the second spot. Then you've got Steve Lyons 4th and John Burbridge Jr. in 5th.
These drivers really working. There's a couple of dips in the racetrack we've not seen all season long, Greg, and these guys are having to miss them. I shouldn't say that. There was a bit of a bump in the last race we had 2 weeks ago.
2 laps left to go for Lee Winger as he flies past the start-finish line. That battle for second, a great one. 3-car battle, Slider, Turner, Lyons, all right there.
All under a blanket, Turner. I thought he was going to have a big run out of turn number 2, but in fact it's Steve Lyons with lots of momentum. He'll bring it around the bottom. They're both right behind Slider. One more lap.
So Lee Winger is ready to cruise to his first heat win of the season in the Weltstar Custom Fab number 2. He'll pick up the win in Lucas Oil Products heat race number 1. Second place looks like Sean Slider out of Port Colborne will pick up second. Third will go to Jamie Turner. 4th is Steve Lyons. 5th, John Burbridge Jr. And 6th will be the 71S of Josh Slider, who comes to a stop up there on the high side of corner number 3.
And that was some good racing there.
Oh, very good for that second spot. Lee Winger hooked up, but that battle for the second spot, Steve Lyons, Jamie Turner, up there with Sean Slider, who you could tell was fighting the car a little bit, but man, he did a nice job holding on to second.
And that's what was so entertaining to me, was watching him battle his own handling, but still give the other racers enough room and not slowing down.
So you see Josh Slider in the Niagara Falls Nissan number 71S making his way back to the pit area of Mod Light fame. Second qualifying heat making its way out onto the speedway. This one brought to you by Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. Starting on the pole out of Hamilton, the Instant Insulation Epic Racewear Dalton Group Best Way Betting 01 is Mikey Krutchka. Starting in second out of Pancor in the CF Industrial Lumar Excavating and Trucking Vertec 38, it's Tyler Hendricks. And rolling off from third out of Mount Hope, the OTR Filter 66 is Frank Baranowski. Starting in fourth out of Fenwick, the Gibbons Contracting, Upper Canada Consultants, Amherst Crane Rentals and Concrete Pumping. Number 14H, it's the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. Starting in fifth out of Brantford, the Burger Barn H1 Construction. Number 10, it's Downtown Mitch Brown. And starting on his outside in the 6th position out of Tecumseh, Michigan, in the Ackland Insurance Town Line Variety Gertie Engines, number 17X, it's Danomite, Dane Nida. And starting in 7th out of London, the 4-wide design Speedy Auto Machine, number 15, it's the President, Mike Farrell.
And if you're here for the first time at Ohsweken Speedway, maybe you heard about the Action Expo tomorrow and you decided to come out tonight to check out what we really do here at the Big O. These are qualifying heats. This will help determine where these drivers will line up in the feature events later on.
Ready to go, the green flag, the second qualifying heat for the SOS versus the Kool Kidz Corr Pack Sprint Cars. Green flag is in the air. They'll drag race down into corner number 1. Krutchka and Hendricks at it.
Wow, Krutchka with a good start. Mitch Brown passed a full row and then bobbled down in turn number 1. He's back in the 5th position. Krutchka to the lead.
Krutchka will come across the stripe and lead lap number 1 with Hendricks in tow. Jim Hoopin in second place in points coming into tonight. He's right there in third. Gets to the inside of Hendricks, who washed up the track, so give second to Hoops.
Krutchka takes it up to the top. Hoopinen down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll make the pass on the 0-1. Hoopinen, your new race leader.
Cross flags going up in the air. 4 laps on the board. 4-year leader, Jim Hoopinen. Second, Mikey Krutchka. Third is Tyler Hendricks. Then it's Danomite, Dane Nida in 4th. And Mitch Brown closing in on that top 4.
The 5 cars still within half a straightaway at the front of this field. Hoopinen pulling away slowly from Mikey Krutchka, but a 1/10 of a second faster each lap, maybe a little bit more.
Good fight right now for 4th. as Nida gets passed now by Brown going down the backstretch, but Nida is going to fight back in the outside line.
Nida working that outside groove. Mitch Brown down in the rough stuff on the bottom. He'll complete the pass.
White flag going on the field. Jim Hoopin in the Red Rocket leading the way. The driver to Fenwick, Ontario. Got to see his brother inducted into the Wall of Fame last time we raced a couple of weeks ago. He leads over Krechka, Hendricks, and Brown.
Watch Tyler Hendrick drive it into 3. He drove it about 15 car lengths deeper than Krechka.
Checkers go in the air. The win goes to Jim Hoopin, and second will be Mikey Krechka. Third goes to Tyler Hendricks. Fourth will be Mitch Brown. Fifth, Dane Nida. Sixth goes to Frank Baranowski. And seventh will be the 15 of Mike Farrell. So there's your winner of the second qualifying heat out of Fenwick. The Red Rocket, Jim Hoopin, picks up the win in Creative Edge Science and Graphics heat race number 2.
Tyler Hendricks couldn't make that move stick, but did you see him drive down into turn 3?
Oh, he was going far deeper than anyone else. He'd get at least to where it says OhswekenSpdway on the inside blocks, just full bore into the corner. And man, if he could have made it stick one time off of 4, he would have made the pass complete. But
it's almost like the car said to him, now what?
Yeah,
now what?
Exactly. Where do you think we're going now? Coming up for the third and final qualifying heat, this one brought to you by O'Neill's Farm and Garden. Starting on the pole out of Ridgetown, the one-stop auto parts, Clot Synthetic Lubricants. Number 30, it's the Batman, Adam West. On his outside, the current point leader here at OhswekenSpdway and with the Southern Ontario Sprints. Out of Scotland, the Bradshaw Fuels, OhswekenSpdway 47X, it's Dylan Westbrook. Starting in third at a Caister Center, the KT Tobacco Town Line Variety, Silo Wireless, number 97 is Corey Turner, and to his outside, his younger brother at a Caister Center, the Aces Bar and Grill, J&E Recovery, Plastic Soda Recycler, 91 is Ryan Turner. Starting in fifth, out of Thamesford, the Vipond Ellercarn DuPont, number 6 is Curtis Gartley, and starting in the back in the Little Bend 110 out of Brantford, the Auto Refinishers Canada, Hills Tire and Gas, Rhodes Barbecue, Little Bend 110 is Jake Brown. 6 cars, 8 laps in this O'Neill's Farm and Garden heat race number 3. Dylan Westbrook out in front. He's got a good advantage right now over Ryan Turner, Adam West, and here comes Jake Brown from the back row, already up to third.
Didn't waste any time putting the hammer down. He is embroiled in a battle. Jacob Brown, Adam West down on the inside, right along the concrete barriers on the bottom of the racetrack. Gartley has to check up a little bit as he got close to Turner in the 97.
Dylan Westbrook running a great season right now. Of course, picking up a couple of SOS wins, a Patriot Sprint Tour race, and a win with the Empire Super Sprints. He is checked out right now over Ryan Turner. Jake Brown in that third spot. Corey Turner now finally gets himself up into fourth.
This field kind of sorted out. Everybody running on their own at the halfway point. Dylan Westbrook well out in front of Ryan Turner. In that 91 machine, Jacob Brown trying to close the distance. Little bit of smoke out of the Corey Turner 97.
As Dylan Westbrook will lead them into corner number 3. This time by will complete lap 6. 2 to go for DW. Dylan Westbrook out in front over Ryan Turner, Jake Brown, Corey Turner, and the battle now is between Adam West and Curtis Gartley for 5th and 6th.
Close battle as the leader's about to take the white flag. Gartley up to the outside. Adam West down low. They'll close in on the back straightaway.
Well, it doesn't matter what race he's in. This man's usually at the front of the pile. Here he is off of corner number 4. Dylan Westbrook picks up the win in O'Neill's Farm and Garden heat race number 3. Ryan Turner second. Jake Brown finishes in the third spot. 4th is Corey Turner. 5th will go to Curtis Gartley. And 6th is Adam West. So that concludes qualifying for the Southern Ontario Sprints versus the Cool Kids Corr Pack Sprint Cars.
Maybe I'm way out of the loop, Greg, but where's Glenn Stiers?
Honestly, I don't know. Don't know.
I hear he
He's
sometimes
here.
races at Ohsweken.
He's here, but I don't know. Of course, the last we saw him was that wild ride he took down the front stretch.
He was nursing a sore hip after that one. Maybe Clint will. I know Clint's got 100 things going on tonight, super busy, but he will have that story.
So we get ready for the first intermission. You ready for the first qualifying heat for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division? We have a gaggle of cars here tonight. How many in total, Adam?
Looks like
24?
10, 20, 28, 29.
29.
I was told there would be no math.
I can't add. There's Clinton Jeffrey. Do you think he slept much in the last month?
Clinton Jeffrey doesn't need sleep.
Jesse. Sorry.
Starting on
Go
the
ahead.
pole in this Strickland's Crate Sprint Lucas Oil Heat Race number 1 out of Caledonia. The OhswekenSpdway Metalworks Powder Coating number 88 is Jesse McDonald. On the outside of row number 1 out of Vanessa, the Mike Garrick Dodge Klotz John Costello sponsored 8 is Hannah Farrell. Number 18 out of St. Agatha, the Cal's Tire Cobra Green and Trucking number 18 is Josh Shantz. Outside of him in the 3X out of Halton Hills. The Insta Insulation 3X is Gary Clute. This driver's going to the back, the 5C. Out of Waterdown, it's Connor Mahoney in the 5C. 29 is Liam Martin. Scheduled to start on the inside of row number 4. Out of Ancaster, it's Trevor Young in the 51 machine, sponsored by Dad. On the outside of row number 4 in the 49H. Out of Ohsweken, the Town Line Variety Kool Kidz 49H is Jerry Hill. And rounding out the field, the final row, car number 55 from Caledonia, the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction 55 of Mike Thorne. And on the outside will be the 10 machine out of Oakland, the Insulthane Extreme Insta Insulation number 10 of Lofton Schutz. And as we said, Connor Mahoney took an extra practice lap, got docked to the back of his heat.
So he will go to the back row there as we get ready to go to the green flag. The defending champ on the front row, Jesse McDonald, jumps out to the early lead.
The field roars down into turn number 1. McDonald got a great jump, but Hannah Farrell, she really drove it down into turn 1, and we are going yellow. Doug Leonard did not like that start.
So they're calling it a jump on the 88 of Jesse McDonald, so he'll move back a row.
Yeah, I saw Gary Clute signing into the pits. Big smile on his face, although Gary's normally got a pretty big smile on his face, but he's having fun racing these sprint cars. He just likes to race. He enjoys life. Did I hear Clinton's microphone?
I thought I heard him.
Hey guys, had a bit of a problem. Glenn Stiers is still suffering from the concussion from 2 weeks ago. Doctors have told him 1 more week would probably do him best, so Glenn is, I think, up with Tanner Fox's family and friends on the back straight anyway, entertaining tonight. So want to wish Glenn all the best. Was telling him stay still suffering from a bit of double vision.
So he just wanted to hang out with a celebrity, Clint. Tell the truth.
Probably. They had a great time. For any of you kids who follow Tanner Fox, you probably saw Glenn doing a big smoke show at the keg the other night in his brand new Corvette. No bigger kid out there than Glenn Stiers. Here we go, guys.
Well, we'll try this one again with Josh Shantz now on the front row as they head down into corner number 1.
Once again, rumbling down through 1 and 2. Trevor Young
Restart back a row after jumping on that initial start.
How about Gary Clute in that 3X holding his own in the 3rd position?
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job up there. Looks just like a natural, being this only his 2nd start in that car. Incredible job. He's going at it right now. Jesse McDonald slips to the inside of the 88.
Gary Clute takes a lot of the science out of racing. You know, he doesn't think about it, he just does it.
So a Hurricane, Hannah Farrell leading the way, coming off the corner 2. Laps to go for the driver out of Vanessa, Ontario. 2nd place, Josh Shantz, who did a nice job in his first SOS start, finished 2nd down at Brighton a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, whose equipment was that?
His own. He's got a 360 and this crate. Did a fantastic job in that race.
Excellent. 1 more lap to go. Mike Thorne makes a move to the inside of Hill in the 49. He had to back. That could have been something.
Through 3 and off of corner 4, checkered flag going up in the air. Hannah Farrell will pick up the win. Josh Shant second. Third will go to Jesse McDonald. Fourth is Gary Clute. Then it's Trevor Young, Jerry Hill, Mike Thorne, Lofton Schutz, and Liam Martin. So that concludes the first qualifying heat. That one brought to you by Lucas Oil Products.
And with Heat 1 complete, that'll make way for Heat Race number 2, the Caledonia Auto Supply Heat Race number 2. And here is how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole in car number 9 out of Brantford, Paul Ballantyne going to lead the field to the green flag alongside in the number 52 from St. Thomas. The best safety training and consulting Magnum Sign sponsored number 52 is Jesse Costa. Row 2 on the inside from right here in Ohsweken, the O'Neills, Case IH, OhswekenSpdway, Rochester Nighthawk 68 is Aaron Turkey. And alongside him in the 44 from Cortland, the service equipment, Herc's Truck Service Tire Craft Machine, is Cody Day. Row 3 on the inside, car number 19, Brandon Morrell, a regular down at the Brighton Speedway. Great to see him towing down here. A lot of fun to watch that driver. He'll start on the inside of row 3. On the outside in car number 22, it's Alan Gilletta in the 22. Fourth row inside, making his return to the sport. After how many years away, Greg?
9 years.
9 years away for car number 15 out of Ohsweken. The Nitro 54 Variety entry is Daryl Turford. Outside of him in the 87X from Scotland, the Acklands Insurance Ties Tree Service Car Star number 87 to Sean Evans. In the final row, she got the win, if I'm not mistaken. Last week she took a checkered flag at Humberstone. Was it just a heat race that Holly was third? I thought I saw a picture of her in a victory lane last week.
I believe she picked up a
media.
Tilsonburg win. She races with the micro sprints at Tilsonburg.
Driver from Delhi, the INS Crafts and Supplies, OhswekenSpdway, Tommy's Motors. Number 1 is Holly Porter, and rounding out the field in car number 3, the Miska Trailers Clean Shot Environmental Southline Industrial 3, it's AJ Lewis.
Whoa, green flag off of 4. Not sure if that will be accepted or not. That was a little strange, but they head down into corner number 1. Jesse Costa leading the way, and he's got multiple heat wins already this year.
Costa out in front by a number of car lengths. Paul Ballantyne got to be wondering what the heck went on there. As he runs in the 3rd position, Holly Porter with a great start. She's battling for the 3rd spot herself.
So it's Costa, Turkey right now 1 and 2, and then the pack behind them with Holly Porter running in 3rd. That's where she finished Sunday night at Humberstone. She was top 3 there as they did the Steyr sweep down there in that great sprint car special.
And our report from Mission Control, Aaron Turkey will be docked 2 spots at the end of this race or at the next yellow flag, whatever comes first.
Cross flags up in the air, 3 in, 3 to go for Jesse Costa, who has been Mr. Qualifying Heat this year. I think he's won in all but 1 heat that he's been in this season in that 52.
AJ Lewis to the inside of Paul Ballantyne down the back straightaway. That green, black, and white number 3 of AJ Lewis makes the pass of Ballantyne. Let's see if we can close in on Sean Evans.
White flag coming out this time by for St. Thomas, Ontario's Jesse Costa leads it across the line with Aaron Turkey. They're in 2nd in spirit, but won't be at the line if we finish under green.
One more time around, all these cars gravitating to the bottom of the racetrack. Jesse Costa going to cruise home to the victory in the 52. Finishing 2nd will be Holly Porter, 3rd Sean Evans, 4th will be Aaron Turkey, and then you've got AJ Lewis, Paul Ballantyne, and Cody Day.
Daryl Turford coming home in 8th, and it's Alan Gilletta and Brandon Merle completing that qualifying heat. Again, that one brought to you by Klotz Automotive. Well, I'm sure for Daryl Turford that was quite exciting to get back behind the wheel for the first time in 9 years, and I'm sure same for
sprints and starting on the pole. One of our rookies from Peachville, the A-Door Construction Rockstar Energy drink number 5, it's DJ Christie. And alongside him and another 5 out of Port Colborne, the self-funded entry 5D is Jacob Dykstra. Row 2 on the inside, he's our points leader out of Mississauga, the Oakwood Transport Lucas Oil number 4 is Mac Demand. And alongside him with a couple of feature wins this season, racing with a heavy heart this week, course, with the passing of his grandfather, Bob Slack. He's out of Stouffville, the Transport Sales and Service, Saratoga Homes, Hunsingers, Bicknell Racing Products, number 43H. It's Ryan Hunsinger. Run number 3 on the inside in the 9C, out of Ohsweken, the Canada Fuels 9C is Brian Nanakoke, and alongside him in the 8H, Matt Hill behind the wheel of the 8H. The 04 is scheduled to start on the inside of row number 4. That's Michael Bell in the 04. And the 88H will start alongside him, doing a great job out of Beamsville, the J&E Recovery, Superior Petro Fuels. 88H is Josh Hansen, and rounding out the field, finally got the car running. Out of Carlisle, the load covering trailers, number 18X is Davey Boughton.
Good to see Davey Boughton out finally here at OhswekenSpdway. As I mentioned earlier, he finally got his first start of the year in the crate sprint car division as it is. We know he's run some mini stock races this year, but finally got that crate sprint car fired up down at Humberstone Speedway and ran the evening, and now he's back here tonight. And I know it's been a frustrating start of the year for him, just trying to get that car together. And oftentimes that can be more dejecting than anything that could possibly happen on the track when you just can't get it to fire to even bring it to the track.
These engines are a finicky fuel, I believe they're fuel injected, aren't they? Even this, see, that was some of the things they had to change for this crate division. But there's a lot of quirky little things that are just unique about this kind of race car. Hard to dial in.
Two young guns right up there in that front row. DJ Christie, Jacob Dykstra, a couple of drivers that have very, very bright futures. Mac DeMann and Ryan Hunsinger, the veterans, right behind them as we come to the green flag in the third and final qualifying heat for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Cars.
Down into turn number 1, Hunsinger to the outside. He's got a couple of young guns. He's got to keep that in mind as he's racing them down into the corners. Hunsinger's second. You've got Dykstra leading the way, followed by Hunsinger, Christie, and then Mac DeMann.
Hunsinger on a mission now, as we mentioned earlier on. The last race he was in had those issues in corner 1 and broke the left front of that car, and that hurt him in the points. And here he is out in front, and his nemesis, although I wouldn't call them, well, I definitely call them friends, but they're nemesis on the track. Mac DeMann right in tow.
They love racing against each other.
We saw Ryan driving Mac DeMann's second Can-Am midget there a couple of years ago when he was burned so badly, but good friends off the track, but tough competitors on the track. We see them 1 and 2 right now with DJ Christie back there in third.
DJ Christie, this has to be the best run he's had on the racetrack. Hanging on to that third position, Dykstra fourth, but he's about to be challenged by Josh Hansen.
Josh Hansen.
Whoa!
Flip for Matt Hill up in corner number 2, and that will bring out the red flag as Matt Hill flips the 8 machine up in corner 2. The safety crew right there on the scene. And from my vantage point, there's the railing right here. I just missed how that started. Well, it looked as though he caught a rut or something in the high side of 2.
I think, and Clinton's on his way up there, I think he got a little bit airborne, landed, and then the car planted and really dug in and sent him for a ride. Again, that top wing did its job. That wing is there to keep the car planted to the ground when it's right side up, but when it gets upside down, it's a cushion. It may not look it from here, but it absorbs a lot of that energy when a car crashes down on top of it.
Well, guys, Matt Hills, we've talked about as one of the more aggressive rookies out here this year. Sort of a lot like Stiers, just on it the whole time around. He had a brand new car to start the year, and Matt was so green. We like to tell the story that he had to buy everything, helmet, fire suit, everything required. He's slowly getting out here, but he got his official welcome to sprint car racing here tonight. The crew talking to him, and Matt slowly getting his earbuds out, takes a deep breath, and kind of gets a bit of a giggle and a smile as he realizes this is what it's all about. And I'll turn it back to you guys for just a minute, and we'll get a word with Matt as soon as he gets out of the car, guys.
You know, we've heard other drivers sort of say the same thing. They get out, and that was awesome.
That sounds like Glenn.
Not always in a way of, yeah, that was great fun, but the power these cars have is awesome. you know, it's exciting to watch these guys race in and out and top groove and bottom groove, and we try to describe the racing, but to actually describe the physics of what they're doing with this wicked horsepower and this rubber on a dirt surface. There's a lot going on out there. There's a lot of forces at play, and when you get them angry, that car will go upside down in a hurry.
Well, I got him here, Adam. Matt, you're officially a sprint car driver now. What'd you think of that ride?
Wasn't too bad. A little rough.
You're all right, though? That's the main thing for your friends and family here tonight?
Yeah, good to go.
Did you get a chance to look at the damage at all, and do you think you're done for the night, or do you think you can get this one back together?
I'm not sure yet. Might have to go grab a new wing.
You got lots of buddies back there. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Watch for Matt Hill to get it back together, guys, for the Constellation B-Main tonight. I'm sure he will have it back together. And how about a hand for Matt Hill, one of our young rookies, getting his initiation to sprint cars here tonight, and he'll get a walk back to the buggy. We do have a bit of a protocol. If you go over here, have a bad wreck, you got to go and sit in the ambulance for a couple of minutes to make sure you're all right and the cobwebs are out. So we'll take a moment to get the crash scene cleaned up, guys, and want to remind everybody about Action Expo tomorrow. We have some of the best riders in the world here tonight. So all the action sports guys who are here to enjoy the races you guys mentioned earlier, want to welcome them. And guys, you know, the different scene is I was going out to the office there about half an hour ago, and I see all these kids crowding around. I wasn't sure who he was, but they had all the helmets out, and he was signing skateboard helmets like mad. And I'm going to assume it might have been Raymond Warner, one of the famous guys coming out here to hang out tomorrow. So if you're an action sports kid, you don't want to miss tomorrow's Action Expo. We are going rain or shine also. If it's a little bit of rain in the morning, don't let it hold you back. We have a whole day full of wild stuff going on here at Action Expo, and we're not going to let the rain hold us back, guys. Everything's cleaned up here in 1 and 2. We're just about ready to push them off.
And Greg Clinton makes a great point. It's going to be a fantastic show tomorrow at the Action Expo, but all I can think about is how much I wish they made those pajamas in 6'5".
The Minion one.
That's awesome.
You saw that too.
Oh my goodness. The kids have everything.
Adam, I will find you some Minion pajamas. I promise you that.
I want the ones just like that one's wearing. It's got a hood. It looks,
The problem is you'd look like Gru.
Well, I would wear it. I've been called worse.
I'm just amazed that we both spotted that and you brought
My eyes lit up. Like, you see, some things you see that just take you back to your childhood, and that's what it's all about.
Well, we got them pushed off again. If we got some new fans here in the stands tonight, the sprint car division, no starters in these cars, just direct drive right off the back of the motors. So they do need to get pushed to get going. But obviously, once we get them going, it's hard to slow them down. Hey, go back to talking about these crashes, and my favorite line ever is when Glenn Stiers got out of the car, and I think he said this more than once. He says, "You can't get a ride like this at Canada's Wonderland." He loves it, even though he's just trashed a car.
He's gone through billboards. I mean, the crashes he's had are absolutely epic.
Ransomville's still got to be the most memorable. I can still see that picture of his car
over the banking, and it's got to be a 30-foot drop.
My favorite part of that is when Dave Stiers edited it to the Led Zeppelin song, and it's just perfect as he's screaming over the fence. It's pretty awesome. But or as you said, Adam, epic. Want to welcome Dan Bailey and all the folks from Epic here tonight as well.
They're nicely done, wow. Clinton Jeffrey.
That's what you call a segue.
Back under green.
2 laps left in this qualifying heat with Ryan Hunsinger up front. Now Josh Hansen has troubles and smacks the outside wall in corner 2.
There's no quit in that young man. White flag comes out, and Hansen will have the best view in the house. No, they did go yellow. White and then yellow. Hansen rubbed the concrete up there heading into the pits, but he never stopped driving that thing.
And this kid, that's the first mistake we've seen him make. And he's what, 14?
I was going to ask you, he's 14 years old, just a young man, but he drives that thing like a beast.
Oh, he's been outstanding in that J&E recovery ride. And just want to take a look here in the point standings. Yeah, he's the top rookie, and he's 7th in points, 42 points out of first. So it's been a great start to the year for the driver of the 88.
And again, in a field of cars that's always got full car counts, or so far, you can make up a lot of points on any given night. So he's just got to keep on picking away. There is a big crop of rookies looking down the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rookies registered in this class. Well, that's just the ones who have shown up so far this season.
Exactly. Lofton Schutz would be second in the rookie standings right now. He's 13th in the standings. But if we've got Trevor Young, Jacob Dykstra, Dan, and Brian Nanakoke. Cody Day, AJ Lewis is a rookie. Hard to believe he's a rookie. Matt Hill, Liam Martin, Alan Gilletta, Terry Baker, who was here at the start of the year, Brandon Merle. An exciting time right now in sprint car racing with this crate sprint car division. A vision that...
I got him here quickly, guys.
Go ahead.
Josh Hansen, welcome to Sprint Cars, buddy. You've been running very good. Doesn't look too bad, just a right rear. What happened up here in 2?
Well, I went into the corner and the car didn't turn, and the rest is history.
All right, buddy, go back. They'll get to work on this J&E recovery and towing 88. And watch for young Josh Hansen later on tonight, guys.
He's even got the interviews down pretty well, Greg.
Oh, absolutely. Speaks better than we do.
Well, that's not a challenge.
That's not difficult. Now, going back to this division, this was really something that Glenn has wanted to do for a long time. And I know the Browns were instrumental in helping to make this happen. And now it's here, and I don't think anyone expected that in the fourth full season we'd have this many cars.
I will go on the record and say I was a doubter. I didn't really see the vision that Glenn did. And I mean, I was away from the track, but I was a keen observer, and I thought we don't need another class. But we absolutely needed this class.
Green and white go up at the same time. One more trip around, and here comes Mac Demand. He'll make the charge on the outside line around the gunslinger.
Demand to the outside. He'll try to get that run down the back straightaway. 6 car lengths, 5 car lengths. Now we'll go to the bottom of the racetrack one last time through 3 and 4. Hunsinger with the win.
Wow, that was a close one as Hunsinger caught a clot of mud down there in corner 4, but he holds on for the win over Mac Demand. EJ Christie comes home 3rd. Then it's Jacob Dykstra 4th, Davey Boughton 5th, Brian Nanakoke, and the 04X of Mike Bell complete the field in that one as we are finished with qualifying heats. And we are getting, oh, no, sorry, we're not. HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Sorry, I'm so used to the crate sprints being last, which has been nice this year. We've been able to change them up, get them to run a little bit early tonight. So the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Up next, 3 qualifying heats for them.
And to go back, the reason I didn't think, Greg, we needed another division is there's so many new divisions in racing, but what I didn't consider is there's no natural feeder to our 360 sprint car class. So he created something, a gap, filled a gap between micro sprints and 360 sprints that obviously is a popular choice.
Essentially what the sportsmen have done for the higher ranks in modified racing, and where would we be without the sportsmen right now? And there's so many cars in that. So great vision by those involved in making this division happen, the crate sprint cars. As we get ready for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks, the first of 3 qualifying heats. This one brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Daniel McKay is on the front row in the 13M, and Mike Taylor on his outside. Row number 2, the 79 of Steve Miller, and the 23 of Dusty DeBoer. Row 3 will be the 26 of Tim Newell, and the 54 of Christopher French. Row 4, the 4W of Wade Thorne, and the 6 of Jason Dixon. Row 5, the 05 of Dave Goodacre, and the 6X of Mike Sarantakos. And in the back row, the 69 of Rob Twitchett, the 64 of Doug Erskine. Lucas Oil Products heat race number 1 gets the green flag.
17 and Mike Taylor got the better jump off of that start, leaving Danny McKay in the background. In fact, too good of a jump, as Doug Leonard says, yellow, yellow, yellow. Steve Miller making a pass for 3rd place in slow motion.
We've talked a lot about Action Expo already. Don't forget, at the end of this month, July 24th and 25th, 2 huge nights again of racing, as Kyle Larson, Rico Abreu are coming, and I've had a chance a bit to talk to Rico Abreu. I know he's excited to come, and that's awesome to have he and Kyle Larson here. Monday, July the 24th, Tuesday, July the 25th. Of course, the Tuesday night show is the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. Man, it's going to be a fun 2 days of racing, and it's always cool when you get to bring one of those NASCAR guys in to see this place for the first time, because you can see them light up. They love it.
It's a special place. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be here for that Tuesday night show. I just opened up our schedule. That's a bummer.
Out west?
Yeah, I mean, that's the day we fly out west.
Oh.
I'll be here for the Monday, which is a fun night of racing.
So go to OhswekenSpdway.com and you can get all the ticket information for those two big shows as well. And then, of course, the Triple Crown Showdown. The big blocks are back in August. I can't wait for that. I grew up a modified fan. Awesome to have them back at the Big O this year as well. Coming to the green flag. That's a better start. McKay and DeBoer will go down into corner number 1.
McKay got a better start from the second row that he did from the first row as he's battling through the middle, but look at him getting swallowed up.
Yeah, here comes DeBoer on that outside line, a graduate of the Bomber Division in that 23 machine, and there he is out in front, that Mert Timpson Auto Mustang in the front of the field, but McKay will fight back in the bottom. He'll lead the lap.
Danny McKay leads the way on the bottom. There's a train along the bottom of the racetrack, but look at the run. Newell gets out of the middle. Wade Thorne working his way through the field in that 4 machine, and DeBoer's not giving up either, up on the outside in that white and red number 23.
McKay, your leader. Thorne in second, 3 wide for the third spot. Dixon, Newell, DeBoer. Dixon on that inside line has the third spot, but here comes DeBoer again. He's that head of steam going down the backstretch.
Doug Erskine closing in as well. The orange and white number 64 out of Hamilton as problems for Wade Thorne. He slows up and heads to the outside groove, taps the wall out of turn 4. Right rear damage from the looks of it on that 4 machine of Wade Thorne.
Looks like he'll continue on with the white walls and all. McKay leading the way. Dixon in the second spot. DeBoer committed to the outside line. It's been a rocky line in some spots for that 23.
Learning a lot every lap as Dixon trying to close the gap on McKay. Then as DeBoer and Tim Newell, 3rd and 4, still right in the mix of that battle for the lead.
McKay, your leader, Dixon second, and troubles again down the front stretch for Wade Thorne as he may take that car to the pits this time around. So we're about to see the white flag in Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1.
One more lap. McKay comes up off the bottom. Dixon looking to the inside as they head down the front straightaway.
McKay in that middle groove. Here comes Dixon's got a good run on that bottom side right up against the wall. They'll go wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Final time through 3 and 4. Who's going to win it?
Dixon drives it in deep on the inside groove. Dusty DeBoer making an appearance on the outside, closing in. Got closer than I thought, and here goes Newell. Problems for Dixon. What a finish. Jason Dixon with the win. Tim Newell second. Dusty DeBoer third. Daniel McKay fourth, and Rob Twitchett rounds out the top 5. And the way Dusty DeBoer ran the outside into 3 and 4, I mean, he was right there the whole time, but all of a sudden, he was in the mix for a win.
He ended up third, and it was a closer third than we thought it was going to be. Jason Dixon's car was spitting and sputtering at the line. That's going to be a horrible feeling when you know the rest of the pack is right there with you. But he holds on for the win in Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1. Second qualifying heat brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply. Martin Schroeder on the pole in this one in the 60 machine. To his outside will be the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton. Row number 2, the 13 of Bobby Tolton and the 16J of Jeremy May. Row 3 will be the 96 of Brian Crosgrove and the 2 of Matt Newell. Row 4, the 49 of Gary Hodgson, the 222 of Nick Massey. Row 5, the 16 of Fabio Olivieri and the 19 of Kyle Wirt. And then we've got the 66X of Brandon Janssens and the 66 of John Janssens in that back row. Now, Brandon Janssens is in what is actually the 60X tonight. He does not have his black and green 66X here this evening.
Nick Massey, of course, our most recent winner in this mini stock division. He'll start from the 8th position.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to talk to the winners last time we competed as we were trying to beat the weather that night. As Jonathan Ayrton leads him into corner number 1 with Martin Schroeder and Bobby Tolton. Bobby was quickest in hot laps. Here he is out in front.
Ayrton working that outside groove. Tolton fighting him on the bottom in that 13 machine side by side through 3 and 4, and Tolton gets out of shape. That allows Ayrton to pull away.
Martin Schroeder got a little squirrely in 3 and 4 as well. That slowed up Jeremy May on that outside line. Good battle from third on back. They're 4 wide through the second corner.
No surprise at all in this division. It's what we've become accustomed to seeing. But at the front, there's just 2 of them for now, but they're having a great battle.
Across the stripe this time by Jonathan Ayrton will lead lap number 2. 4 to go in this one. Tolton on the bottom. Another one of those former asphalt competitors moving here to the dirt. And he's doing a nice job out in front, the Amsoil 13.
Wow, big contact towards the back of the field. The 19 of Kyle Wirt, I think, got the worst end of that as he is limping his way through 3 and 4.
I thought maybe there was problems on the 60X, but doesn't appear to be any as Kyle Wirt, yeah, he's got the little bit of camber going on in the right front.
Little bit more than you want to see to be competitive.
2 to go this time around for Bobby Tolton, doing a beautiful job out there as your leader. Then it's that 21 of Jonathan Ayrton. Newell in third. John Jansen's there in fourth. Gary Hodgson's holding on to a top 5 right now.
Still battling all through this field. It's either your mic or my ears cutting out a fair bit here, Greg. As they take the white flag. Tolton out in front by quite a bit. Now Ayrton's going to try to hold on to second over Matt Newell and John Jansen's.
Bobby Tolton leading a sizable advantage over the 21 of Ayrton and the 2 of Newell as they come by. This time the checkered flag will fly in the second qualifying heat. The win will go to Bobby Tolton. Then it's Jonathan Ayrton, Newell, Jansen's, and Hodgson, your top 5. Olivia Area will come home in 6th, May in 7th, and Nick Massey. And the 60 of Martin Schroeder, followed by Brandon Jansen's, Brian Crosgrove, and Kyle Wirt. So get ready for the third and final qualifying heat. This one brought to you by Miska Trailer Factory. Tanner Fox is in this qualifying heat, for those wondering. Starting on the pole, the 63C, Dave Crumby. On the outside of the 9 will be Tim DeBoer. Starting in the second row on the inside, the 11 of the pinball, Mike Giberson. And lining up fourth in car number 4 is Aaron Rowitsky. Rolling off in fifth, the 63 is Brandon Crumby. And the point leader to his outside in the 6th starting spot in the 21X, it's Mark Bazine. Row number 4, the 81 of Carl Salt and the 29X of Davey Boughton doing double duty here tonight. Starting in the inside of row number 5, the 43C of Andy Reichman driving Clinton Nichols' car this evening. And his outside is the T-Fox number 5. That is Tanner Fox. 5 million followers on YouTube, so that's the reason for the number 5. Lucas Lubin in the 13X. Good to have Lucas Lubin back here tonight. And his outside, the 11P of Patrick Abramson. We've also got the 8 of Barry Westman and the 265 of Mike Evers. Green flag in the air, the final qualifying heat of the evening.
They charge down the front straightaway into turn number 1. 3 wide for the lead. Rowitsky up on the outside. Tim DeBoer in the 9 in the middle, and down low it's Dave Crumby in the 63. They still run 3 wide down into 3 and 4.
Rowitsky on that outside line. Oh, he's going to come close to the wall. Crumby, meanwhile, is way down to the extreme bottom. Tim DeBoer in that middle lane. Good battle. Whoa, Tim DeBoer gets some big air down in the bumps in 1.
And Tanner Fox, welcome to Ohsweken, just made contact with the pinball, Mike Giberson. That's like getting screeched into the racetrack.
Coming across the line, Dave Crumby. Leading the way, Aaron Rowitsky second, and here comes Mark Bazine. No stranger to the front of the pack. He's right there to the outside of Tim DeBoer in the 9. Davey Boughton up in that top 5 as well.
What a great battle for that second position. They're all racing behind Crumby, but they've been 3 wide from the drop of the green flag, but I can't help it. I'm watching Tanner Fox in a bit of an unorthodox racing line, but boy, oh boy, is he fun.
He's holding his own. I'll give him that out there right now. Running in that middle lane. Now he goes up high, but at the front, Dave Crumby trying to hold off Mark Bazine. A couple of drivers with wins already this year.
2 laps to go, twice more around. And Bazine, he's got that second spot. Let's see if he can close in on Crumby.
Tanner Fox side by side with a wily veteran, Mike Evers, right now.
Can Bazine do it? He races down into 3 and 4. The white flag will be in the air. That means 1 more lap to go.
Dave Crumby, your leader. Bazine second. Tim DeBoer and Aaron Rowitsky having a good fight right now for that third position in the 9 and the 4. And Davey Boughton is right there in striking distance as well in 5th.
It's going to be a wild finish. One more time around 3 and 4. Crumby with the advantage. Bazine looking to the inside. No, he's going to drive up to the high side. Crumby with the win. Bazine second to Bohr. Third, Rowitsky. Fourth, Boughton. Fifth. Crumby in sixth. And Tanner Fox going to hold on to finish in 10th, I believe.
So that concludes qualifying heats as we get ready for our first feature of the night, the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division.
Good job by our drivers to get through qualifying heats by 8:40. Like to see that.
Starting on the pole and this first feature of the night out of Cambridge, the 37X of Eric Maas to his outside, and the 21J out of Dundas, the Boondogs Grooming. 21J is Jennifer McCollum. Row number 2 on the inside, the 177 out of Ohsweken, it's Tim Jameson. And to the outside of the 22B, that is Brooke Nelson out of Hamilton, the Marble Slab, East Mountain Massage, Pink's Burger and Fries ride. Row number 3 of the inside, her sister out of Hamilton as well, the Marble Slab, East Mountain Massage, Pink Burgers and Fries. 22A is Ashley Nelson. And starting in 6th in the 6E out of Rockton, it's Enya Robinson. Row number 4 on the inside line in the 78 machine, that'll be Aiden Nye out of Simcoe on the Todd's Auto. Number 78, and his outside in the 37 out of Cambridge, the Ontario Markets and Tires. 37, that is Jake Maas. Row 5 on the inside will be the 14 of Jerry Burnham out of Ohsweken. And lining up to his outside in the 155, that is Dustin Longboat in the Chiefwood Gas and Garage 155. Then we got the 01 of Tristan De Silva, the Leggett Chevrolet. Number 01 and 67 of Tommy Baldwin. Row 7, Adam Plazik in the 01P and the 3 of Alex Maas. The 01X of Ben Ryman, Paul Longboat in row 8. Row 9, Jillian Hills and Lucas Smith, the point leader. And Zach Buchwald back there, row 10, all by his lonesome.
Double greens are flying, and the bomber feature is underway. A few drivers electing to go to the back. The 21 of Jennifer McCall and the 6E of Enya Robinson. And look at Lucas Smith in that 49 and Jillian Hills. Those are the two drivers I would be watching in the early going as they try to work their way to the front.
Maas leads it over Maas. 2 Maases at the front, the 37X of Eric Maas. And the plain 37 is Jake Maas, 1 and 2. Then it's Tim Jameson back there in 3rd. Brooke Nelson running 4th, and here comes Dustin Longboat, the defending champ. He had problems in his heat, running solidly right now, 5th.
Jerry Burnham, Lucas Smith, a couple of the faster cars working their way to the front of the field, and Jerry Burnham's getting a nice run around the bottom of 3 and 4 as we speak in that black number 14, looking to break into the top 5.
Oh, body slam down in corner number 2, and Jerry Burnham goes up over the implement tire, continues on, and here comes Lucas Smith. His outside will take 4th away.
Well, and Brooke kind of came across the racetrack there in the 22B.
We've got pandemonium coming off of corner 4. Adam Plazik goes through the mud. Early race leader Eric Maas goes out with a flat right front.
Bummer for Eric Maas, and this is the best track conditions we've seen for the Bomber Division all year long. We are 5 laps into this feature event.
The 37 right now, Jake Maas is your leader for the 177 of Tim Jameson. Then it's the 49 of Lucas Smith, right now running 3rd. 4th is Jerry Burnham in the 14. And then the 188 of Paul Longboat is 5th. 6th is the 32 of Jillian Hills. 7th, I believe, 7th and 8th are Brooke and Ashley Nelson. And then it's Zach Buchwald and Tristan De Silva's yellow flag will fly.
Yellow flag is out. Now, we heard earlier on there was some weather moving this way. Are we doing intermission tonight, Greg? Do you know? Are we in victory lanes?
I have not spoken to Doug yet, but yeah, there's definitely weather moving in quickly here to the area.
A little bit of track work being done out there in turn number 1.
Yeah, and I think they want to get a head start on that. So if there is any sort of break between this and feature time, that it's worked in very quickly. Now we still have a B main.
Yeah, the crate sprint car division has one more last chance qualifier.
Yep. And do the mini stocks need a B? I'm not sure on that. How many mini stocks did we have, Clayton? Oh, yeah. So we'll definitely need a B main for the minis as well. 36 mini
Run
stocks.
them all. Come on, Clint. Start them all. Take it out of Greg's pay.
Absolutely.
1 to go. Next time by out of 4, we'll set them loose one more time, and this will be a great battle. Think of the control these drivers need. I know these cars are slower than the sprint cars, slower than even the other mini stocks, but look at the amount of control these drivers need.
This is not easy.
No, not at all.
Not at all. In fact, it's very difficult on this very tight oval. There's very little room for error, and here we go. Green flag is in the air. Lucas Smith got a great restart there.
He turned left and put the hammer down. Smith to second. Burnham going to take advantage of that hole. He'll work his way up to the 3rd position, and now Lucas Smith, he's going to try to do it to the leader. Jamming it up the inside out of turn 4, but Moss pitched it hard into the first corner with a great line.
This time by it'll be 9 complete and 3 to go with Jake Maas, your leader, over Lucas Smith, Jerry Burnham in 3rd, and Dustin Longboat has problems right in front of the leaders, and now the caution will fly.
And Longboat was looking over his shoulder as he moved up to the racetrack, which he did the sportsmanlike thing. He's trying to get the car up out of the groove, but at the same time he's looking over thinking, please don't hit me.
And now the car fires and pulls away. 9 complete, 3 to go here in this first feature of the night. Jake Maas, your leader in the silver number 37. Then it's Lucas Smith, the point leader. 2nd place in that blue station wagon, number 49. Jerry Burnham in the 14, running in 3rd. Then it's Tim Jamieson back there in position. No, make that Paul Longboat, I believe, has moved up into the 4th spot.
Yeah,
then it's Tim Jamieson. They've got very similar numbers on the door, which I'm sure the scorers are.
And I cannot read either of them.
So it's actually the 188 is in 4th, the 177 running in 5th. And Tim Jamison's been very impressive this year, joining the longboats there. The longboats have always been strong, the 188 and the 155. Dustin having problems, obviously, here tonight, but defending champ. And Paul up there running in 4th as the green flag comes back out. Lucas Smith is right there. You said to watch him early on tonight, Adam. You were absolutely right.
He just drives every corner so hard. Moss did a great job defending in turn number 1, but Smith got to the inside down the backstretch, couldn't make the move. 2 laps to go, twice more round.
Jake Maas trying to hold on for the win, doing a nice job down to 1 and 2, and now Jerry Burnham slips into the 2nd spot, but I don't think Lucas Smith is done just yet. Trouble now for Tommy Baldwin to the inside of corner 4.
Yellow flag is out, and I just heard race director Doug Leonard say they're trying to get the 3 machine out for his victory lane interview from last race that we missed. So Alex Moss in that 3 car. So we'll do a double victory lane here, the top 3 from tonight, plus the winner from 2 weeks ago. And what happens, you know, if the weather is right there and we're trying to dodge raindrops, they'll put off victory lane. But really, these drivers in every division, the drivers have sponsors and families, and they deserve their moment in victory lane and their photograph with the checkered flag. So we do our best to make that happen.
Yeah, you always feel bad, too, when it's the first-time winner or someone that hasn't won in a long time. When it's someone that's won maybe 4 or 5 times already this year, you don't feel as bad for them. But
move along.
But definitely, it's you want to give each and every driver a chance to give their thanks, basically, in victory lane and celebrate.
2-lap shootout to end this one here in the Bomber Division. Moss with the lead. Lucas Smith not going up to the outside this time.
Oh, he's right down there in the inside line. He'll take it through the grass, finds room, says, hey, I'm going through, and grabs the lead as we come down to the white flag. Lucas Smith, your leader. Here comes Jerry Burnham to 2nd.
Burnham to 2nd. Look at Jillian Hills on the outside if they get fighting hard enough on the bottom. Oh, and Hills overshot the racetrack. It's not over yet. Lucas Smith could cruise home to victory.
Who wants 2nd? That's the question. Paul Longboat gets it over Jerry Burnham, then Jillian Hills and Jake Maas. Man, great feature race for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division. The Ice Mobile open for business behind behind the announcer's tower. I almost said the ice cream tower. Ice cream frozen treats down in the Ice Mobile right now. Get yourself something down there. As we'll send it down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. Adam Ross will go down and talk to our top 3 from tonight and our winner from 2 weeks ago.
Celebration down here among the top 3. Paul Longboat all smiles. Lucas, head over there, get some pictures in Victory Lane. We'll get right back to him. A big round of applause for Lucas Smith, driver of the number 49, the only station wagon in competition. Come on over here, guys. Well, Paul, let's go over in front of your race car. Man, that last lap looked like a lot of fun. You're making a real habit of these podium appearances, Paul.
Yeah, I'm real happy to be up here tonight. Me and Jarrett had a real good battle tonight. I didn't think I was going to get past him tonight, but we got past him, and we're on a podium again tonight, so it's a good points night.
Big round of applause for Paul Longboat, who came home second. Third place. He's been at the top of the podium earlier this season. Tonight, couple of steps down.
Pretty rough. I don't know who jumped up and hit me on the inside, and then Jillian almost took me on the outside. That was a crazy last lap, but I'm glad I'm on the podium, like on Victory Lane.
There you have it, Jerry Burnham, third place finish here tonight. And let's go down to chat with Lucas Smith. And guys, let's get a Victory Lane photograph of Alex from the last race that we missed the last time around. Lucas Smith, that looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a crazy race. The track was absolutely perfect tonight. A little bit of ruts, couple slick spots out there. Made it very interesting. It was awesome.
Talk about Moss's line on those late restarts. He was really trying to defend the bottom, but you had a little bit more giddy up in this 49 car.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? He's got the 4-cylinder, but he's running an e-brake, or I don't have an e-brake, but I have a little bit more horsepower, and my car is a little bit lower to the ground, so it really hooks up a little bit that much better.
Big round of applause for Lucas Smith. Brought it home with the win here tonight. Lucas, anybody you want to thank for that win?
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, CrossFit Durst in West Brantford, Canesville Tire, and Gale's Auto Aftermarket.
There you go. He drove the wheels off that thing here this evening. And now we're going to go have a chat with the winner from last event, which was a couple of weeks ago. And in fact, it looks like we've got all the winners from a couple of weeks ago. Alex Moss, tonight wasn't your night. Talk about tonight first.
Oh, it seemed like a great run to the start, and then the car shut off, so I figured I'd try and save it before it wrecks. But track seemed great, and a bunch of good drivers out there today.
Talk about in a couple of weeks ago. You know, it's always tough with rain coming. We want to give the fans a show that they paid for, but we robbed you of your opportunity to pull into Victory Lane and celebrate the win. So talk about that race.
It was a great run. The car handled great. I wish it handled the same tonight, but super fast, super sticky track, and a great crowd to race with.
There you go, Alex Moss. Round of applause. He was our feature winner 2 weeks ago here at OhswekenSpdway in the Bomber Division. Next up, getting his accolades, a checkered flag from the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Division, driver the number 222, Nick Mazzy. Well, Nick Mazzy, it's a little bit anticlimactic because the moment is gone, but that was a heck of a feature race a couple of weeks ago. Talk about that victory.
Well, it was my first mini stock win. It was great. I don't know, I drove from the back to the front. I got to start in the B main tonight. Hopefully I make the feature, and then maybe do the same thing over again if I'm that lucky.
How cruel. And here's a driver who I'm sure can't even tell one Victory Lane picture from the next. Is this number 9 on the season, Dave?
It was 9 until Saturday, and then that made 10.
So we're celebrating feature number 9, even though you won number 10 after that. But the battles you've had this season, and that was a phenomenal race between yourself and Ryan Dinning. How good does it feel when you know you've got the best of the field at the front and you're able to out-duel him?
He's been following me around everywhere now, and he's picked up his program, and it seems like me and him everywhere we go now. And it's fun. You know, you can trust them and put on instant classic, I guess.
It was a good race. You did the same thing in the qualifying heat. Looks like the track's pretty heavy tonight. Does that favor maybe the guys starting at the front? Because when it's slick, you guys are much faster than those cars. Will it be tougher to get through the field tonight?
I hope not. It's I don't know. It's probably going to be. He starts on the outside. I start on the bottom. So neither of us. That's not where I want to be. It's not where he wants to be. So we'll see what happens. But we'll just blast her in the first corner and see what happens.
How do you feel having Jibs on the race car? There's a lot of people here who know all about Jibs, but they probably don't know a whole lot about Thunderstock racing. Are you coming up tomorrow to catch a show? No, you've got a race to run.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a race tomorrow, but I think we get our shot here to thank Mark and everybody in front of all these fans. And if we had done Victory Lane 2 weeks ago, we wouldn't have got Jibs in front of all these people today. So that's kind of a benefit of that. But anybody that doesn't have to race tomorrow should be here.
There you go. Dave Bailey says it. You better show up to Action Expo. Matt DeMann. What are the sponsors on this Arctic Cat machine you've got?
We won last week. The car's back there getting ready. Want to thank my sponsors, Fast Track Performance, for providing us an ATV every week. Centerline Elevator Corp, Centerline Media, Oakwood Transport came on board this year. And enjoy the show tonight. Looking to get to the front again.
There you have it, Mac DeMann, Crate Sprint Division winner from 2 weeks ago. And Derek, this would be the most unique Victory Lane picture you've ever taken. So our top performers from tonight, our top guns, we've got Jim Hoopinen down here, we've got Holly Porter, and I screwed up, Holly. I mentioned you winning last week, and I thought you won down at Humberstone, but you won in the micro sprint, correct?
Yeah, I did. We got close.
I heard it was a great race. What's it like to go to the different racetracks? Obviously, you run a lot of different tracks as it is with the different types of race cars, but what was it like to take your crate sprint down to Humberstone?
That was pretty fun. That's the only different track I've been to other than Ohsweken with the crate. It was a lot of fun.
Right on. Holly Porter with the Top Gun Award here tonight. So we'll get her picture taken with the sign, and I'm going to come over here and talk to Jim Hoopinen. Well, Jim, that's the way you want to start off your race evening, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. The track was pretty good there. I see they're doing work on it. Hopefully it's just as good.
There were a couple of spots that looked a little bit treacherous in the middle of 1 and 2, but all the equipment's off there now. This is a much different racing surface than we saw 2 weeks ago. It looked a lot heavier. Does that lend itself to your driving style?
No, I actually like a nice slick track. It kind of brings a driver out of everybody. And, the track we had in the heat there, it's just a horsepower track. And we don't have the most horsepower, but we got it to the track and got it done.
I was going to say, if that wasn't your setup, why are you standing here on the front stretch with me as the Top Gun?
I think I just held it down the furthest.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. He'll try to put it to the floor here in the feature event. Jim Hoopinen with a Canadian flag taking his Ackland's Insurance Top Gun Award, and that'll do it for the Victory Lane ceremonies from our previous 2 weeks ago.
Thank you, Adam. Time for some of our prize draws. We've got our program prize draw and our fan appreciation draw. So get your admission tickets out and your souvenir programs. We also have some tickets to give away, courtesy of Hagersville Rock Music Festival, taking place Saturday, July the 22nd. We'll have more on that in just a little bit. But first up, we'll do our souvenir program prize draw. If you have any of these souvenir programs, the number should be on the front cover. Go down to the base of the flag stand to claim your prize. First up, $50 gift certificate, courtesy of Grand River Dinner Cruises to 125. 2 free general admission tickets, courtesy of OhswekenSpdway to 118. 118. 1 hat, courtesy of Caledonia Auto Supply to 134. 134. 1 free pita, courtesy of the Pita Pit in Caledonia, 138. 138. One t-shirt courtesy of Coca-Cola to 151, 151. One free large 3-item pizza courtesy of Wiggy's Pizza in Caledonia to 168, 168. And 2 free passes to Action Expo tomorrow to program number 200, 200. If you have any of those winning program numbers, go to the base of the flag stand to claim your prize. You'll have about 10-15 minutes to get that. Again, program numbers 125, 118, 134, 138, 151, 168, and 200. Those are the winning program numbers. Now, admission ticket draw. If you have any of these admission tickets, go down to the main entryway to claim these prizes. You've got about 15-20 minutes to claim them. Season pass, ticket number 392894. 392894. Adult pass 20621. 20621. Adult ticket 20642. 20642. Youth senior ticket 21288. 21288. Children's ticket 21320. 21320. Again, if you have any of these fan appreciation numbers, go to the main entryway to claim your prize. I'll go through those numbers one more time. Season pass 392894. Again, 392894. Adult ticket 20621. 20621. 20642. 20642. 21288. 21288. And 21320. That's a child pass 21320. If you have any of those numbers, go down to the main entryway to claim your prize. Again, we don't have a winner on the 50-50 from the last 2 weeks. If you go to OhswekenSpdway.com under the fan info section, you can find the 50-50 numbers. Those 2 numbers still unclaimed for the past 2 weeks. As we get ready for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car B Main last chance qualifier to get into tonight's main event. I want to welcome everyone watching online to our live feed. 5 cars to transfer out of this B main. Starting on the pole in the 49H is Jerry Hill. And lining up to his outside, starting second, the 9 of Paul Ballantyne. Row 2, the 9C of Brian Nanakoke, and the 55 of Mike Thorne. Row number 3, the 44 of Cody Day, and the 04X of Mike Bell. Row 4 will be the 10 of Lofton Schutz, and the 15 of Daryl Turford. Row number 5, the 88H of Josh Hansen, the 29 of Liam Martin. Row 6, the 22 of Alan Gilletta, and the 8H of Matt Hill. Row 7, the 5C of Connor Mahoney, and the 19 of Brandon Merle. 5 cars to transfer. This last chance qualifier for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Get in or go home.
So the top 5 finishers will make it into tonight's feature event. The rest will be done for the evening. So it's time to go or go home, as you said, Greg. And these are always, because they're so rare in racing anymore, the Consi, the last chance race, my favorite races of any race night.
Yeah, it's pure racing at its hardest, its most desperate moment, and we're going to see who can get in 1 lap from now.
You can have the best car at the racetrack, and bad luck could force you into this event. And you can wind up watching the feature from the sidelines. Like Mike Thorne, he's a threat to win the championship this year, and here he is barely clinging in that 55 machine to a qualified position.
Last check on the 50-50, it's guaranteed $750. That was about 15 minutes ago, so $750 so far on tonight's 50-50 draws. Next time by, we will go to the green flag. We got lights on the backstretch fences now as well, Adam. Looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool. Glenn Stiers, Clinton, Jeffrey, the rest of the gang here that run and manage this speedway, they try to stay ahead of the curve. That's one of the new additions for this season.
Green flag in the air. Jerry Hill will lead him down into corner 1 with Paul Ballantyne in tow.
Paul Ballantyne settling into 4th. Wow, Mike Bell with a big slide in 1 and 2. He gathers it together. Remember, the top 5 move on. Everybody else goes home.
Hill across the stripe here, leader on lap number 1. Mike Thorne right there. He's been challenging for wins in the A main, so not a familiar spot for him to be in that 55.
And now that it's time to go or go home, keep an eye on the number 15, Daryl Turford. It's been 9 years since he raced a sprint car.
Oh, you jinxed him, Adam.
Well, I told you to keep an eye on him. Puts it around backwards, a lazy little spin there in 3 and 4 for Daryl Turford. And that changes everything.
It absolutely does, as we'll restack them here. 2 laps on the board. How many are we running in this? Sorry, you probably said.
No, I didn't, because I'm not sure. They run until the
8?
checkered flag flies. I go by the halfway. They'll get that at lap 4. We're told it's an 8-lap race. But that's one of the facts I always let slide, Greg. Because I know I'll figure that one out sooner or later.
Find out eventually.
I need to know how many qualify, and the rest we can work on.
So Jerry Hill's the leader. Mike Thorne there in second. And Mike, a veteran of this division. I believe he's been in it every year since its inception.
Well, 12 years of perfect attendance here at OhswekenSpdway. That's a lot of races now in all different divisions, but they've not missed a night of racing that they were scheduled to be here for in 12 years.
So again, be back tomorrow for Action Expo, rain or shine. 12 o'clock, the gates fling open, and they have plenty of things planned. It's going to be an exciting day. Lots of thrill shows at nighttime as well. Monster trucks, sprint cars. Big day tomorrow, Clint.
Yeah, I just want to talk about how people are probably wondering how we're going to go rain or shine. Well, we're here about possibly a little bit of moisture early in the morning. So we want to let everybody know we have a pretty good contingency plan. Tanner Fox is going to be here. We're going to have tons of people here. And we got a great grounds crew here. We'll be ready to go. So by the time the afternoon rolls around, it should be all clear, and we'll be ready to go sprint car racing, plus monster trucks and freestyle motocross. Want to welcome Geoff Gaskin here. He's going to do the dreaded front flip tomorrow night on his bike. They're all here tonight watching as well, getting ready to go. And we had to put the fastest growing division in the Canada, at least right now, on the card. That's the crate sprints. Oh, Jerry Hill leads Mikey Bobby down to turn 1, guys. Take it away.
Mike Thorne working that outside line, trying to get a run on the 49 of Jerry Hill with Brian Anacoke back there in third, Cody Day fourth, and Lofton Schutz in that final transfer position in car number 10.
Lofton Schutz glued to the back of the 44 of Cody Day. Everybody behind that number 10 machine is on the outside looking in for the moment.
Good battle back there with Gilletta and Bell and Martin. But at the front, cross flags go in the air. 4 laps go up on the scoreboard for Jerry Hill, and he's got a handful of Mike Thorne right behind him.
Daryl Turford's gone around again in turn number 4 in that number 15 machine. So trying to find a little bit of speed that the car doesn't want to give him back. And again, these cars with no clutches, no transmission to speak of, it's either in gear or out of gear, so you spin out and come to a stop. We send out one of the safety trucks, and they'll give you a push and get you going once again.
So again, Dan Anacoke, the usual driver of the 15 at his daughter's graduation tonight. So Daryl Turford behind the wheel. 4 complete, 4 to go. And if you're Paul Ballantyne, Alan Gilletta, and the cast behind, you've got to get on your horse now and get by that 10 of Lofton Schutz, who we've talked about some talented rookies. Lofton Schutz has been very good as well this year.
Yeah, he's done a great job in that machine. A beautiful looking race car. That is always ready to go. The Insulthane sponsored number 10. So as you said, Paul Ballantyne and Gilletta, Alan Gilletta in the 22, they've got to make a move. They've got to do something.
Single file past the restart cone here on the front stretch. Hill, Thorne, Anacoke, Day, and Schutz right now. The top 5 that would transfer. Still 4 laps left to decide, though.
Slow and steady through the turn as Jerry Hill gets on the loud pedal in turn number 4. We're back under green.
Here comes Thorne. Man, he got a fantastic restart right there in the back Nerf bar, trying to reel up that head of steam off of corner 2, but Hill able to stretch the advantage just a little.
Mike Thorne going to the outside. Jerry Hill working the bottom groove behind them. That's Brian Anacoke around the inside. This is as good as we've seen him run this year.
Hill, Thorne, Anacoke, the top 3. Schutz moves by Day into the 4th position, gives himself a bit of a cushion. 2 laps left to go in the B main.
2 laps remaining. Remember, the top 5 go, the rest go home. Paul Ballantyne is in the 6th position. Does not look like he is close enough to mount a challenge on Cody Day.
White flag in the hand of Kyle McKenzie. One more trip around for Jerry Hill. Mike Thorne in second. Now he's starting to feel a little bit of heat from Brian Anacoke in third.
Great battle for the 7th position between Liam Martin and Alan Gilletta. But the top 5 is what matters in this B main checkered flag.
Jerry Hill gets the win. Mike Thorne second, third. Brian Anacoke fourth. Lofton Schutz in fifth is Cody Day. He'll grab the final transfer spot. Paul Ballantyne sixth, seventh. Liam Martin. Then it's Alan Gilletta, Mike Bell, Brandon Merle completing that one. They will be done for the evening.
And Liam Martin and Alan Gilletta had a great race there. That's how you learn. That's progress, Greg.
Yeah, the B main is not all for nothing if you don't make it, because it's still seat time for some of these young drivers. As we get ready for the B main for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Last chance to qualify for them, and then we're into our final features of the night.
7 cars will transfer into the main event, starting on the pole in car number 17. It's Mike Taylor. On the outside of row number 1, the 79 is Steve Miller. Second row inside, Christopher French in the 54, and alongside him starting in 4th will be the 4W of Wade Thorne. Scheduled to roll off 5th, the 05 is Dave Goodacre. The 60 is Martin Schroeder. 96 of Brian Crosgrove should start 7th. On the outside will be 222 of Nick Mazzy. Kyle Wirt on the 19 should start 9th if he made the repairs, and on the outside of him will be the 66X of Brandon Janssens. Mike Giberson in the 11, and the 43C is Andy Rickman. Lucas Lubin in the 13X alongside the 11P of Patrick Abramson. Barry Westman drives the number 8 machine. Tanner Fox in the red number 5. And Mike Evers in the 265, and it looks like Tanner Fox, possibly they've given him a provisional into the feature, or possibly he's not going to make the call.
It'd be a provisional, Adam.
So a provisional start being told for Tanner Fox, as Andy Reichman was one of the other drivers not making the call in this one. 4-5 wide through the second corner. Wow, Brandon Jansen's trying to get ahead of steam. They're not running in his normal car, so having to do some work here in the B main, and now he's got problems. He goes high in 4.
Brandon Jansen way up the racetrack, getting out of harm's way, slow down the front straightaway.
The defending champion,
Barry Westman with a flat right rear tire.
And it looks like he will bring out the caution here possibly as the field comes across the line to complete the second lap, and now Westman will fire the car.
Promoter's choice, as they used to call that, Greg Kellner.
Yeah, for Tanner Fox.
And I love it. If NASCAR can put Jeff Gordon in the chase, then by goodness we can start Tanner Fox 29th in the feature.
Now Westman's out there, but I don't know as though he knows he has a right rear flat. He did not go to the pit area. So Doug Leonard letting him know over the one-way radio, again for our new fans here tonight. Each driver has what's called a race-ceiver. They can hear our race director, Doug Leonard, here in the tower. They can't talk back to him, but they can hear everything that he says.
Oh, they talk back.
Well, they talk back.
7 cars out of this race to make it into the feature event.
And right now it's Lucas Lubin, the final car. Good to see Lucas back. And that 13X.
Absolutely. You know, it's sad to me to see some of the old guard, Barry Westman, Mike Evers, Mike Iverson, Steve Miller in the 79, all relegated to the B main, but the sport is really advanced.
Absolutely has. And still here in the fight is Steve Miller. He's up there in a transfer spot as we come back to the green flag. And Dave Goodacre also up there in the thick of it.
As they run, 3 cars on the racetrack will not qualify for the feature event. Everybody else is in the running, including Kyle Wirt, who streaks to the inside of Crosgrove to take the lead, but that could be short-lived as here comes Nick Mazzy.
They're 3 by 3 right now, and only 4 of those 6 cars will transfer as they come off of corner number 4. Top 3 have broken away.
And the last 3 are almost broken out there as they bounce off each other on the front stretch. There is no give up in these drivers, though. Top three out in front, they are safe. The bottom three will not make it. In the middle, it's not where you want to be, but it's where you got to be.
Yeah, Martin Schroeder gets all sorts of sideways off a corner four, gathers it back up. Miller works to the outside of him. Meanwhile, it's Kyle Wirt at the front, Nick Massey in second, Brian Crosgrove third comfortably. Anyone from there on back, not so comfortable at this point.
No comfort at all, as here comes Mike Evers. He's won a lot of feature races over the years at OhswekenSpdway. He doesn't want to watch this feature event. He wants to race in it.
4 laps left to go. We're at the halfway point for Kyle Wirt, Nick Massey, and Brian Crosgrove starting to slip back into the clutches of this pack. And essentially, that middle pack, one of those cars won't make it. Right now, it's that 79 of Steve Miller on the outside looking in.
I think that pack's going to be a little bit bigger before we get to the end of this race. Crosgrove is slowing down. Steve Miller is not going to give up, so he's going to close in. Meanwhile, Nick Massey looking to mount a challenge on the lead, but watch these cars towards the back. Lubin has to check up.
So Brian Crosgrove has slipped into the clutches of Patrick Abramson. 2 to go. Up at the front, Kyle Wirt. And now Nick Massey has caught him in the challenge for the lead. Crosgrove drops a spot as Abramson moves into third. Crosgrove back to fourth, and it's Evers, Lucas Lubin, Martin Schroeder in the 60, the final transfer car, but he's trying to hold off the 79 of Steve Miller.
Evers was running 8th a couple laps ago. He is now into the 4th spot, solidly into the show. 1 more lap to go.
Yeah, you want to talk wily veteran. That is Mike Evers to a T right now, as he's right there in that 4th spot in that 265. Many laps around that track, around this track in that car. Checkers coming out. Massey's gotten by Kyle Wirt for the lead. And he will pick up, well, not so close. Whoa, Massey gets it over Wirt at the line. Close call there. Abramson third, 4th is Evers, 5th is Lubin. 6th goes to Crosgrove, who was running 3rd at one point, slipped back to 6th. And Martin Schroeder in the 60 will be the final transfer car. So Steve Miller, Dave Goodacre, and Mike Giberson will all be done for the evening. Time for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock A-Main.
As we continue to roll along at Friday Night Thunder speed. Do we still call it Friday Night Thunder?
Friday Night Excitement now.
Really? When did we stop calling it Friday Night Thunder? Like 2001?
The Thunder was apparently bad luck to do with weather.
For who?
That was what I was told.
Well, excitement was bad luck for Glenn Stiers 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, about the last time you fired, Adam. That's when we changed it.
Yeah.
So glad to have you back, Adam, man, as I celebrate my 20th year on the mic here. It's so cool to hear you and Greg. If you notice, I'm not announcing much. I just love listening to you guys, man. So keep it up. I love it.
Did I notice you not announcing much? We ran out of water an hour and a half ago here in the tower. So yeah, I've noticed.
It's been good. Of course, as you imagine, the couple days we got, but we better get through this amazing lineup of cars we got here, guys. I'll get off the mic.
Rolling off the pole in the 911L is Nick Liverance outside of row number 1, but it looks like he's going to start from the back as Casey Huffman in the 13. Second row inside, Jay Liverance in the 40. Alongside him is Terry Martin in the 38. Christopher Hale will start 5th in the 79, and outside of him will be Jason Longaro in the 7. Logan Schwedick starts 7th in the 53, alongside the 93K of Mike Klazinga. Bryce Richardson drives the 11R. He'll start 9th, and rolling off 10th is the 24 of Blake Bombury Jr. Starting 11th, the 84RK of Ryan Beagle. The 1 of Chris Dickey will start 12th. 13th is Derek Lemaire in the 56, and 14th, the 28 of Jim Lampman. 15th is Trevor DeBoer in the 23, and 16th is Ryan Dinning in the 8. Starting 17th, Dave Bailey in the 49, the 00J of James Thompson. Starting 19th, the 211 of Go Fast Teeple, and outside of him will be the 46 of Kevin Pauls. Frank Turkey Jr. in the 71, Mike Ferguson in the 26, Reese George in the 11, Melissa Miller in the 93, Rob Disher Sr. in the 17, 25 is Ken Sargent, 71X is Bobby Mercer. Problem for Christopher Hale. The field is streaking past. I cannot believe the field did not gobble up Christopher Hale in that 79 as he had a problem in turns 1 and 2. We're going to go yellow. The rest of the starting lineup is Rob Disher in the 17, Ken Sargent in the 25, Bobby Mercer in the 71X, and the 77 of Brett Rodwell.
Well, guys, we just heard Christopher Hale being told that was intentional. So if you're new here, if you have a problem, unless you crash, you cannot stop and just bring out the yellow. So the 79 knew he had a problem, stopped, hoping to get a yellow with some time to fix it. Doug Leonard came on the radio right away and said 79, that was intentional. You can take it back to the pits. You cannot bring out the yellow here.
And you know what? I don't disagree with the call, Clint, but I think he just couldn't make that turn to the pits and realized he was kind of screwed at that point because they were still streaking by him on the outside. But that is the rule, no doubt about it.
Well, just think, with all the cars we got, especially starting 28, if each one of them stopped every time their car hiccuped, we would have a major night here.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't disagree with the rule at all. I think, like you say, you have to have it.
I just want to throw a shout out there. Humberstone Speedway, they've been great marketing partners with us throughout this week we've got leading up. They have a major show on July 2nd, which is this Sunday. $1,000 to win every division and $1,000 to a lucky fan. So if you got nothing to do on Sunday, got maybe Monday off, go check out Humberstone. Always a great show. And I bet you're going to see a lot of our HRW Automotive mini stocks and a lot of these, Millport Mechanical Thunder stocks down there trying to dip into the cash of Linda Costco and the folks at Humberstone. They're going to have a great show, so hopefully you guys check it out, HumberstoneSpeedway.com. I want to thank them for everything they've done.
And your admission ticket to that show on Sunday is your ticket for the $1,000 draw.
Yeah, and what a great deal. Tom Beals fought hard for that promotion. I think it's brilliant. I sat at their rules meeting in Niagara Falls and said, if you don't do it, we're going to steal it.
Yeah,
I love that idea.
I love new ideas, Clint.
It was one of those things where I'm like, damn, I wish I thought of that. But hey, kudos to them, and I'll be there to check it out. Here we go, guys.
Green flag is out one more time. Bryce Richardson with a big start to the inside, but he gets the door slammed shut by Liverance in the 40 machine as they charge down into turn number 1. Everybody looking for a little bit of Ohsweken clay to drive through this field, and man, oh man, they charge them down into turn 3. Dave Bailey, I was going to say he's already in the top 10, but he's behind 2 rows 5 wide, so he can't be. Oh, trouble for Terry Martin. He goes around into turn number 1. Ryan Dinning spins out to the inside to avoid it. How did the entire field not get destroyed in that one? Clinton Jeffrey, were you watching that?
I caught just the tail end of it, but I can tell you the 40 Liverance with a flat left rear. Trevor DeBoer heads back to the pit area. Ryan Denning able to drive away, and we wait to find out what happens. Terry Martin, what were you going to tell me, Adam?
Just Terry Martin was running at the front of this 27-car field, and he got hooked and went around, and I believe he did get hooked with the 40 machine. But the fact that he spun around in front of the field and not everybody piled into that was an impressive bit of driving for these drivers.
Always, man. It's shocking when these guys have trouble at the front and somehow everybody manages to fade away. And I think that has a lot to do with the width of the track we've got here. That certainly helps out quite a bit.
Well, and I hope our regular Ohsweken fans don't get annoyed at us trying to explain some things to newer fans, but if you watch NASCAR on TV, these drivers have crew chiefs and spotters on the radio. They don't have that here. All you have is a steering wheel in your hand, a gas pedal, and a brake pedal. The only person in your ear is the race director, Doug Leonard, who will tell you when there's a yellow flag. So every decision you have to make, whether you want to go high or low, is made in a split second behind the wheel.
Well, I got to send a shout out to Jordan and our track pack. They have done a marvelous job here tonight at intermission. I mean, turn 2, the best way I could describe it looked like waves frozen on the ocean there. Up in turn 2, huge knee-deep ruts, and they did a fantastic job. I want to send a shout out to Case IH and the awesome tractors. They gave us about $150,000 to $200,000 worth of tractors. And that's what our bill would be if we had to rent the equipment we've got here, and we really value O'Neill's and Case IH and everything they do with Robert Meyer and everybody working hard, Casey Smith. And man, it just shows you guys how fast we could turn that around. They basically groomed it during the Bomber feature, and we didn't miss any time. By the time intermission was ready, we were ready to go. So good shout out to Jordan and the crew. All the girls back there, Jordan's got about 4 girls running those big Packers with them, and they do a heck of a job, guys.
They did so, and I noticed that as we were doing the victory lanes, they were bombing around on the equipment, making things real racy for these drivers. What a colorful field of Thunder stocks in this Middleport Mechanical division. Green flag once again. We're underway. Longaro on the inside. Beagle on the outside. They charge into turn number 1. Big run in the outside groove for Derek Lemaire in that 56. He'll sweep to the outside challenge for the second position. Longaro out front in the lead as Casey Huffman makes his return to the racetrack. So does Trevor DeBoer.
Well, here they come around turn 2. It's Ryan Dinning working up through the middle portion of the pack, but it's his teammate Jason Longaro with a big lead, or at least a 2-car length lead, which is big over Dave Bailey. Terry Martin shows his nose up on this outside at 3 and 4. He'll return back to it, but it's all Longaro so far.
These pit crews did their job. A few cars rejoining this race. Out in front is Jason Longaro with Dave Bailey right behind. Derek Lemaire keeping that thing wound up on the high side.
Lemaire looking for some glory as he works to the outside of 3. Look at Bailey stepping to the outside. Adam, in one line you taught me many years ago, you want to go where they're not. And Bailey is a master of doing that, finding the open track, and he'll crest the nose here of Longaro and drag race down the back straightaway to turn number 3.
Behind him, we see Jim Lampman in that 28. He's made his way into the top 5, passing for the 5th position. But at the front, we got a battle for the lead. Longaro and Bailey side by side.
If you're a leader, you gotta hate when Bailey pulls up alongside you, but the 49 Jibs Action Sports Machine not around the Club 54 Longaro car yet. And remember, Longaro nursing a broken arm, still not 100%, steering this car up front with the lead, but Bailey giving him all he can handle.
That time at the line, Dave Bailey led the way by 4/100ths of a second. It's almost a dead heat, and right behind them you got Ryan Beagle and Derek Lemaire duking it out for position.
You know, Ryan Beagle's had Dale Shaw, an asphalt standout, helping him a lot, and man, have they picked up the game of the Beagle crew, and he is looking very good in that Gen 3 Camaro tonight. Here comes the Gen 2 machine of the Burger Barn 56 Lemaire looking to the outside.
Some slower traffic just ahead of these race leaders. Dave Bailey, being the veteran he is, going to squirt down to the inside of that slower traffic, close the door on Longaro, but Longaro coming back again on the bottom.
Working it single file now inside the top 5. Bailey all alone up front with a 2-car length lead, stretching it out here as they get onto the back straightaway. Here comes Ryan Beagle with a head of steam, chasing after the Longaro number 7.
I didn't see how Jim Lampman fell out of the top 5, but he's behind Kenny Sargent and Ryan Dinning right now in that 28.
How about Ryan Dinning? He was in about 27th spot on the restart, about 7 laps ago, and getting underneath teammate Ken Sargent now as they rip down the back straightaway. That's going to put Dinning up to 5th.
I don't know if Ken Sargent has a problem or not. Has he got a left rear tire going down, Clint?
Oh, he was slow coming by that time out of 2. Yes, Adam, good call. Flat left rear on the Club 5425 of Sargent. He knows it now, and he'll probably, they'll hang out as long as they can, but when he realizes he's ripping backwards, Sargent makes the veteran move and says, I'm done unless we get a yellow.
When it's not your night, it's not your night, and Kenny Sargent has had plenty of great nights, but tonight is not his night.
Watch 2nd through 5th here, Adam, as they get through turn 1 and 2. Each time there, someone is up a big shot, a rooster tail of dirt, which makes me think the tire's low or going down. Is it the Lemaire 56?
Not sure at all, but that right rear is really digging in on that 56 car. Ryan Beagle with the 2nd spot. Dinning and Longaro side by side for 3rd.
Ryan Beagle trying to hold on the position here. Works himself underneath the lap machine of Liverance, working up to try and chase down Dave Bailey, and we need Tommy here. This might be a career best for Ryan Beagle here on the dirt at the Ohsweken track.
You've got to think that it is. He's trying to hold off Ryan Dinning. Dinning gets to the inside. So smooth. Ryan Dinning makes that pass for 2nd.
Well, you called it earlier. Dinning and our leader, Dave Bailey, the 2 top guys here in Ontario so far in 2017. Bailey started on a tear, and Dinning said, hey, I can run with him. Let's start chasing him. So Dinning been running Merrittville and Humberstone as well, and it's really paying off.
Well, without a yellow flag, I don't see Dinning being able to close in on Bailey. He's got 3 lap cars between himself and the race leader. Now just 2 lap cars, but that's a fast race car he wants to close in on, and he's just got 5 laps to do it.
5 to go in this feature event for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks here tonight. Dave Bailey with a big lead out front of Ryan Dinning. who's wishing he had his teammate Sargent to loop it and grab him that yellow, but to no avail. Dinning's going to have to do it the hard way.
Well, he's about 15 car, half a straightaway, say, behind the race leader, Dave Bailey. Ryan Beagle running in third. He's about the same distance back behind Dinning as Dinning is behind Dave Bailey.
Well, Bailey working his way out of turn number 2. We've got 2.5 to go. Well, now as he brings it off of turn 4, 8 will be up, and our starter Kyle McKenzie will show them 2 to go.
2 more trips for Dave Bailey. He's got the Liverence 911 directly in front of him. Beside that, not a whole lot of traffic for the race leader as he runs that bottom groove. Ryan Denning is definitely putting a dent in the lead of Dave Bailey.
And now Bailey being held up by the 911, a little bit white flag out as the field will surrender to the Bailey 49 man. He has been fast, and I bet all the action sports guys are going crazy back there with Mark Zuba as their driver going to get it done here at Ohsweken with 2 more turns of the wheel.
Smooth as silk is Dave Bailey rolling off of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Bailey with the win. Ryan Dinning going to finish second. Ryan Beagle rounds out the podium, finishing third. The 7 of Jason Longaro fourth, and the 56 of Derek Lemaire finishes fifth.
Adam Ross will head down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. A reminder, Hagersville Rock being held this year, July the 22nd, Saturday night, with headliner 5-time Country Music Award winners for 2016, the Washboard Union. Bowmanville, Ontario's own Megan Patrick, Celtic rock band Mudman, Freedom Train, Ultimate, Urban, and Red Hill Valleys. Admission tickets are $44.50 each. VIP tickets $69.50. Remember to get your tickets now as ticket prices go up the day of the show. Visit your local bars to get your Budweiser password for promo tickets. Tickets are available at ticketscene.ca and are also available at local businesses, Hagersville Pet Supply, Heaslip Ford, and others. We have 2 general admission tickets to give away this evening, 2 to give away on July 1st Action Expo, as well as 2 VIP tickets to give away on Autograph Night, July 21st. If you come to the 16J Mini Stock of Jeremy May, you can fill out a ballot to win. Everyone general admission, pit side, and even staff gets a chance to win the VIP tickets, so make sure you head over to Jeremy May's car. We're going to give away some tickets to Hagersville Rock, but first we'll go down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. Adam Ross down there with the top 3.
Dave Bailey's making his way out of the car now. How about a big round of applause for the Gibbs Action Sports driver, the number 49. Running his feature win total on the season up to 11. Ryan Dinning got through traffic, couldn't quite get to where he needed to be. But we're going to start down here in third. How about a round of applause for this driver from Victoria, finishing third position with a great drive, Ryan Beagle, driver of the 84 machine. You look a little bit tuckered out. You said at first, we got lots of shape. What are you talking about? Ryan, congratulations. That was a good run.
Yeah, thanks. We've been trying for 7 or 8 years now to try to stand on the front stretch, so can't complain.
Well, and you earned it tonight. This is not an easy division of race car. Ryan Dinning got to the inside of you. There were moves to be made there. It just looks like you're that close. Do you feel the night coming when you're able to get up there and challenge for that win at the end?
Yeah, I think it's coming. We're just got to work on some stuff. It was bumpy tonight, and once you get in the bumps, it's hard to do anything. So, but
who do you want to thank for this third place finish?
Well, we got to thank Port Dover Auto Parts, RK Automotive, Hess Auto Tech, Wix Filters, DEI, all these guys standing here, the whole Shaw crew for helping me out for what they've done for me is just incredible. And I think Doug Gamble's out in the grandstands there. He helps me out a lot. There's probably somebody I'm forgetting, but
that's okay. You can come back next week, get another top 3. Big round of applause, folks. His first top 3 finish, Ryan Beagle. Well, Ryan Dinning, you made that pretty exciting. You got involved in that opening lap skirmish, but boy, oh boy, did you ever drive back through the pack.
Well, I don't know what happened in that first incident there. Somebody hit me in the back and around it went, but all I knew is I could still get there. And sorry to Kenny. I think I was a little aggressive getting by him, but
that does happen, but here you stand on the front straightaway. There's nobody out here throwing punches, Ryan, so it couldn't have been that bad.
no, I don't think it was that bad. I'm sure he knows I'll help him fix it.
There you go, Ryan Dinning with his second place finish in a row here at the Big O. And the winner. This feels better. You know, you won 2 weeks ago. You had to wait until tonight to do Victory Lane. It feels better when you wheel it under the checkered flag and then you can drive it right down to Victory Circle, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, this feels good. Last year you could see when the second place guy went across the thing, and I think Doug switched that up for me now, so I couldn't tell. So the whole time, last week I knew he was there, and this week I could see he was in second, but I had no idea where he was. So it's on dirt leading. I don't know, it just sucks because you don't know where he is, and you're just waiting to get past or sitting duck. But we made it, and whatever, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Have you considered not driving through the field so fast, not taking the lead so early?
No, I never even thought of that. Good idea.
There you have it, Dave Bailey. We don't expect him to take the lead next time until much later, Greg Calden. How about your top three in the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock division?
All right, we're going to give away these Hagersville Rock tickets, again taking place Saturday, July the 22nd. You can name one of the bands that are performing at Hagersville Rock. Come up to the announce tower. DJ Darren here has the list. We did announce who was going to be at Hagersville Rock. If you can name one of the bands playing at Hagersville Rock on Saturday, July the 22nd, come up to the tower and you'll get yourself a pair of tickets. Ready to go, the Southern Ontario Sprints, Kool Kidz, Ice and Water, Corr Pack Merchandising Sprint Car, a main event, rolling off from the 20th spot at a Fort Erie. And the Sewell's Automotive Service Master, Dixon Auto Body, Zenkin Truck and Trailer, 27Z at Stan Zenkin. Starting at 19th out of Ridgetown, the one-stop auto parts, Clot Synthetic Lubricants. Number 30 is the Batman, Adam West. Starting at 18th out of London, the 4Y Design. Speedy Auto Machine number 15 is the President, Mike Farrell. And starting on his inside at Mount Hope, Ontario, in the OTR Filters number 66, it's Frank Baranowski. Rolling off from position number 16 out of Ridgeway, the Niagara Falls Nissan DVC Contracting. Advantage Collision Centers number 71S is Josh Schleider. And starting in 15th out of St. Williams in the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing Gales Auto Aftermarket 21 is John Burbridge. Rolling off 14th out of Thamesford in the Vipond, Ellercar and DuPont. Number 6, it's Curtis Gartley. And to his inside, making his first start of the season in the 13th starting spot out of Tecumseh, Michigan. The Ackland Insurance, Townline Variety, Gertie Engine, 17X of Dynamite, Dane Nida. Starting in 12th at a Keister Center, the KT Tobacco, Townline Variety, Silo Wireless, 97 is Corey Turner. And rolling off 11th out of Brantford, the Burger Barn, Ace One Construction, number 10, it's Downtown Mitch Brown. Starting off in the 10th spot at a Pancor, the CF Industrial, Lumar Excavating and Trucking, Vertec 38 is Tyler Hendricks, and his inside starting 9th in car number 9 out of Carlisle, the Big Road Fleet Company, Meineke Car Care, car number 9 is Steve Lyons. Rolling off 8th out of Scotland, the Bradshaw Fuels, OhswekenSpdway 47X is D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. And starting in 7th at a Keister Center in the Charlie B. Honey, Pius Spring and Alignment, V&R Recycling 11, it's Jamie Turner. Rolling off 6th out of Brantford in the Auto Refinisher Canada, Hills Tire and Gas, Strode's Barbecue, Little Bend 110, it's Jake Brown. And to his inside, starting 5th out of Hamilton, the Insta Insulation Epic Raceware, Dalton Group, car number 01 is Mikey Krutchka. Starting 4th at a Keister Center, the Aces Bar and Grill, J&E Recovery Plastics Auto Recycler 91 is Ryan Turner. And starting in 3rd at a Port Colborne, the Gilletta Floor Services, car number 22 is Sean Slider. Rolling off 2nd at a Fenwick in the Gibbons Contracting, Upper Canada Consultants, number 14H, it's the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopenden. And going from the pole at a Mount Hope in the Wild Star Custom Fab, O'Neill Farm Equipment, car number 2, it's Lee Winger. 20 drivers ready to go in this second challenge race of the season. It's the Southern Ontario Sprints versus the Kool Kidz Corr Pack Sprint Cars. Problems for Josh Schleider up in corner number 3. So we will need a push. As the field will separate and take formation for the 4 wide. They're going to keep the field 2x2 just for a moment as they get Josh Sliders, Niagara Falls Nissan 71S, fired off. And he'll join the tail of the field here. So Strickland GMC Pace Truck, beautiful ride out there, leads this field around. First challenge race of the year, Dylan Westbrook picked up the win against the Patriot Sprint Tour.
Are we allowed to call that a challenge race, Greg?
Yes.
He beat both of them?
He beat them both. So the field will separate, and this time around we're going to go 4 wide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 20 drivers ready to battle for you. This is challenge race number 2 of the season. They are 4 wide and fancy for you, the fans. This is the Southern Ontario Sprints versus the Kool Kidz Ice and Water Corr Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. White flag goes on the field. Next time by, we'll go green flag racing. 25 laps the distance here tonight. The Strickland GMC Pace Truck will head off the track. 2x2, 10 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. Lee Winger, Jim Hoopinen on the front row. Kyle McKenzie with double green flags in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you the feature presentation. Wow, bicycling hard, the 47X of Dylan Westbrook. He'll lose 2 spots through corners 1 and 2.
That car, something not right. It's unusual to hit 2 corners in a row and bounce, and he's still bouncing.
Leader at the front of the field, Jim Hoopinen in the 14H, looking for win number 2 in the season. Lee Winger right now in second. Jake Brown right there in third.
Lee Winger looking good in that second position in the early laps of this one. There's a lot of cars bucking on the racetrack. But Hoopinen, he's found a line that works for him, putting on a show, driving away from the field right now in the lead.
Steve Lyons had a close call there in 3 and 4. He'll gather things back up in car number 9. As out in front, Jim Hoopinen leads on lap number 4. Second place right now, Lee Winger. Third is now Ryan Turner as he slides by Jake Brown, who's lost the side of his wing. The complete side of the Little Bend 110 is gone.
That's an important part of that wing. Gives you a lot of your side bite. And he sails it up the racetrack in 3 and 4. Nothing to keep him in the ballpark.
Pretty sure the top wing is laying to the outside of corner number 2 on the high side. I believe they may stay under green, but Jake doing a nice job holding on to the car with half a wing.
That's got to be a handful for Jake Brown. Dylan Westbrook has gotten around Mikey Krutchka. He takes on the 4th position.
Jim Hoopinen right now is the leader. He's gotten by a couple of lap cars. Then you've got Lee Winger back in second, Ryan Turner in third, and a great recovery by the 47X of Dylan Westbrook right there in 4th.
So Hoopinen working through some lap traffic right now. He drives to the inside of Adam West in turn 3, right around the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, and Jake Brown just ran over his own top wing, I believe, up there in corner number 2. He's trying to hold on to that car, but it's just flying off the corners.
Unbelievable, the car control he's showing right now, and Brown is out of steam. I believe he's going to roll to a stop there, and I don't blame him one bit.
So chance for everyone to catch their breath with 8 laps complete. Still 17 to go in this one. Challenge races are 5 laps longer than a usual Friday night show. As Jake Brown comes to a stop up in the high side of corner 4, the whole left side, the driver's side panel on the top wing gone. And I believe that's what's sitting on the high side of corner number 2. And he ran over that the last lap around. Now, I don't believe he cut a tire down. If he did, it was the left rear, but it doesn't look like it.
Well, and it's really not that long a repair to replace the top wing. If his father, Doug Brown, and the rest of the crew have the equipment ready, they can make that swap in a bit of a hurry.
Jake did a phenomenal job driving that car, missing that panel. That was a handful, you could tell.
It completely, like, I can't even explain how much that changes the setup on a race car, because your setup revolves around that top wing.
Essentially, you're pitching it into the corner, sending it sideways, and that left panel is the one that's sticking way up in the air, catching that air that's kind of going to plant the left rear tire into the track. That's not there. You lose a ton of grip really fast. So he will get 2 minutes in the work area. Remember, he came out last year in his first ever full 360 sprint car start and got the win on opening night.
So Clinton Jeffries out there on the back straightaway. What's going on, Clint?
He's talking on the headset right now.
So Jacob Brown in the work area right now, so he is on the clock. They've got a certain amount of time. I believe is it 2 minutes or 3 minutes, Greg?
2 minutes.
To perform that work.
So Jim Hoopinen is your leader in the 14H. Then you've got the lap car of Adam West. Back to Lee Winger, who's having a great run in second spot in car number 2. Another lap car, Mike Farrell. And then in third is the 91 of Ryan Turner. And Dylan Westbrook, who had some troubles on that initial start. Obviously, that car is A-OK, and he's driven back up there to the 4th position.
Man, that car was bouncing something fierce. I didn't think he was going to catch it on lap 1. Now, you never know what can happen in a race, but should Jim Hoopinen hang on to win, Greg, you'll be heading down for victory lane. Do me a favor and ask him if he still thinks this track is not to his liking tonight. Did you hear him in the interview? I know you're up here.
No, I had my headset off at the time, but it's funny because oftentimes drivers will say that it's not to their liking until they win, then they love it.
A heavy track, he said, is not really the track he normally excels at, and this is a heavy racetrack tonight.
And usually the heavier tracks, I don't want to say favor, but they help the drivers with less experience. And someone like Lee Winger, and not to say he's not experienced, because he's a driver that's got many wins here in other divisions, but he doesn't have as many laps as some of these guys on this track. It tends to play into favor to him, and he's having a great run.
Starting position.
Exactly.
A heavy track where anybody can really get a good grip on it.
Yep. Great to see Lee up there. He's been very solid and strong. He's here every week. And, of course, we've seen him, like I said, in other divisions getting checkered flags, and he's right there on the cusp.
Jacob Brown comes back out with a new top wing. I've decided, Greg, we need someone on the backstretch in turn 3 with a spotlight. So when they start to come back, you can build the hype.
Well, guys, he just went in and got a new top wing. They tell me no adjustments on the 110, just bolted a new top wing on and sent Jake back out.
It's going to be fun to watch him come from the rear of the field here as we get back to the green flag. Single file past the cone. Hoopinen will set the pace in corner 4, 17 laps left to go.
The car in second place is Adam West. He is a lap down, so Lee Winger in that white machine has got to get around Adam West, and then he can look to challenge for the lead.
Winger slips by West and has that second spot. West stays right behind him. Ryan Turner in the 91 right now, third. And right now, Mikey Krutchka in the top 5 with a nice run tonight.
Mikey Krutchka holding on strong there. He was battling with Westbrook just before that caution. And now Westbrook gets to the inside of Turner and asserts himself to take over the 3rd spot.
Troubles for both Sean Slider and Curtis Gartley. It looks like both drivers will head off and into the pit area. with Jim Hoopin, your leader, Dylan Westbrook, now challenging for the second spot as he looks to the inside of the 2 of Lee Winger.
Westbrook and Winger. Westbrook down low, pulls the slider coming out of turn number 4. Dylan Westbrook to the second spot.
Now, does he have enough time? We're not yet to the halfway point, just about there in this 25-lap affair. Jim Hoopinen's got a sizable advantage. Dylan Westbrook clear in second.
Another driver I've been watching, Tyler Hendricks, doing a great job in that 38 machine. He is closing in on the 9 of Steve Lyons, just ahead of them. Mikey Krutchka and Ryan Turner duking it out for the 4th spot.
Halfway through this event, Jim Hoopinen, your leader. Dylan Westbrook in second. The differential about 2 seconds right now between first and second.
And a great 3-car battle for third. Lee Winger in the 2. The 91 of Ryan Turner. Mikey Krutchka in the 0-1. 3 wide in turn number 4.
Off the corner they come. Turner remains in that 3rd spot. But Winger slides back now to 5th. Krutchka to the inside and Turner. Great battle side by side.
The setup really coming to Mikey Krutchka here in the late going of this race as he gets to the inside of Ryan Turner. Krutchka up to 3rd with 10 laps to go.
Krutchka won this event a few years back in the SOS Challenge, and here he is. He's up there into the top 3. He desperately needs a caution now.
Well, there's lap traffic up there as well. Hoopinen has cleared it. He's got some more in front of him, and John Burbridge. Dylan Westbrook gets around Mike Farrell, so now he's got the leader in sight, just less than half a straightaway.
Oh yeah, he's cut that lead big time. Now it's 1.2 seconds. We'll see what it is this time across the stripe. And at the line, 0.9 seconds now. He's right there in some lap traffic right in front of the leader.
He just lost a lot of ground there. He lost the grip coming through turn 2. Lost some ground. He's trying to make it up all at once there in 3 and 4, but Westbrook.
Yeah, he lost a tenth of a second.
Yellow. We are under yellow. Debris in turn number 1, and we've got ourselves a new race.
So there goes the lead, completely evaporated for Jim Hoopinen. Dylan Westbrook, they're in second, and this plays into the favor of Mikey Krutchka. Man, Mikey is quick tonight up there in 3rd.
Well, Westbrook and Krutchka just recently ran their fastest lap times of the race, a 14.4 and a 14.5. Jim Hoopinen's best lap of the race was lap 1. So it's always good when you're gaining speed as the race goes on, but this could be fun. What the problem right now is Mikey Krutchka has a lot of lap traffic between himself and the leaders.
Well, I know Mikey got that new motor this year. He's telling me he's not too happy with how it's running. He says he was flat-footed the whole way around here. But one thing, if you notice, Mikey pulled up along some of these lap cars, kind of giving them hand signals. I don't know if they're making deals here, but we'll see what happens, guys.
Well, it's pretty commonplace. It's a courtesy for the lead lap car to pull alongside the direction they want to pass. So we'll see if that worked out for Mikey Krutchka. But right now, Hoopinen's got Westbrook all over his back end as they head back to the green.
Boy, Westbrook was ready to go when the green flag dropped. And he has gone by the leader, but here comes Hoopinen, not letting him go.
Krutchka to the outside, gets around a couple of slower cars. We're side by side for the lead. Westbrook to the outside. He'll take over the top spot.
This is just how they run in the standings right now. Westbrook, your leader. Hoopinen in second. Krutchka trying to work around the lap car. Burbridge right now, he's in 3rd.
Wow, Tyler Hendricks just what do they call that? Thread the needle. That's what I was trying to say, as we've got 5 laps to go.
Westbrook has got the lead, but he's not pulling away by any means. Hoopinen trying everything he can to find some bite and get an advantage on Westbrook, but Westbrook leads on lap 21.4 to go.
Further back, the Brown brothers are having a great race in 3 and coming down the backstretch with just a few laps remaining. Westbrook out in front by about 8 car lengths over Hoopinen, then Mikey Krutchka all by his lonesome in 3rd.
Yeah, Jake coming back into a top 10 spot right now, trying to get by his brother Mitch, and he'll do so off of corner 4. Good rally for him after changing that top wing.
Oh, Dylan Westbrook out of control in 4, shoots across the racetrack. Here comes Hoopinen.
Hoopinen on the outside line, trying to get the run off of corner number 2. Great battle at the front. We're now a lap and a half to go.
Dylan Westbrook does not have a line to run. He's going to the bottom, and then the car shoots across the track. He is out of control.
One more time around. Hoopinen is right there now in lap traffic in front of the leader. Who's going to make it back to the checkered flag first? Westbrook down the backstretch. Hoopinen in tow.
Hoopinen's got one more shot to try to do it. Westbrook throws the car into turn 3. He'll take the win. Westbrook, Hoopinen, Mikey Krechka rounding out the top 3. What a finish with the SOS Sprint Car Challenge race. Something had gone amiss on the Dylan Westbrook number 47X fireworks, courtesy of Lone Star Fireworks. Because Westbrook, that car would not hold a line. He'd take it down to the bottom. It would shoot across the racetrack to the outside. He was hanging on for dear life. But the one thing Dylan Westbrook won't do is lift off the throttle. So it would appear we are going to forego victory lane. We're trying to beat the raindrops once again. The crate sprints rolling onto the racetrack. 2 more races to go here tonight. The mini stocks and the crate sprints, folks. We want to thank you for coming out here tonight on what's going to start a fantastic long holiday weekend here at Ohsweken Speedway. Action Expo is tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. The stars are here. So the Strickland's crate sprints are on the racetrack. Let's bring you the starting lineup. Starting on the pole in the number 52 is Jesse Costa. Outside of row number 1 in the 87X is Sean Evans. AJ Lewis will start 3rd in the 3 machine. Mac DeMann will start 4th in the number 4. Starting 5th, Holly Porter in the 1, the 18 of Josh Shantz. Starting 7th, Hannah Farrell in the 8. The 43H is Ryan Hunsinger. Davey Boughton drives the 18X. He'll start 9th. Starting 10th is the 88 of Jesse McDonald. Starting 11th is the 5 of DJ Christie, and outside of him will be the 3X of Gary Clute. Starting 13th, the 68 is Aaron Turkey, and alongside him in the 51 is Trevor Young. Starting 15th in the 5D, it's Jacob Dykstra. Jerry Hill in the 49H will start on the outside of row number 8. Row 9 on the inside is the 55 of Mike Thorne, and the 9C is Brian Nanakoke. And your final row number 10 in the 10, it's Lofton Schutz, and Cody Day is behind the wheel of the 44.
Okay, Adam, what are you playing? It said you're out of bubbles. What is this game you're playing?
I can't tell you. That's secret. This is my secret relaxation technique.
Well, again, we appreciate everyone coming here tonight. Don't forget, tune in 88.1 FM if you are going back to your car. And again, be back tomorrow for Action Expo. Gates open at noon. Next week, it's Media Appreciation Night and Frank Turkey Memorial Night as well. White flags being displayed.
Well, Greg, we gave him the option. We got 4 thumbs down. Majority said, let's go. Doug Leonard told him, we're going to go, take it easy, and see what we got for a lap or 2. If it looks bad, we'll call it.
Yeah, because race car drivers always take it easy when they're told to.
There's that truth again.
But they do put the decision into the hands of the majority, and the majority ruled, and we're about to go racing.
Jesse Costa, Sean Evans will lead them down into corner number 1. We'll see how slick it is in that first corner.
So far, so good as they work through 1 and 2. Wow, that's a lot of race cars on the backstretch.
Sean Evans leads the way. Jesse Costa in position 2, and here comes the winner from 2 weeks ago, Mac DeMann, in the Oakwood Transport number 4, up to 2nd.
Gary Clute had a nice start. He's up to the 7th position in that 3X, just ahead of his teammate A.J. Lewis.
Sean Evans, he's had a storied year so far with all the things he has been through. And now troubles for Mike Thorne as he comes to a halt up in corner number 4. Looks like something's broken on the front end of the 55. Yellow flag comes out.
Mike Thorne in the Burger Barn number 55. He has shown a lot of speed this season, Greg.
Really has, and had to come through the B main here tonight. Another one of those drivers, you're just waiting for him to get to victory lane. You know what's coming eventually, but for one reason or another has just not been able to piece it together. And great to see Sean Evans at the front of the field here tonight. Another guy, he's got a win at Humberstone Speedway from last year, but no wins here at Ohsweken, and he had such a rough start to this year, and yet he's still up there 8th in points. The team has done a phenomenal job keeping that car on track, even when they've had problems in the heats and in the feature.
Keeping on track, getting it back on track, those are the sort of things that pay off when it comes championship time at the end of the year. How cool does that look with the lights up and running along the backstretch, the LED lights?
Absolutely. We haven't had a chance to really get the full effect because we're on this side of the fence on the front stretch, but now we can see it on the back stretch, and man, that is cool.
Looks excellent. Lone Star Fireworks providing the pyrotechnics that we see throughout the night.
It's Lone Wolf, Adam. I don't mean to correct you, but Lone Wolf.
I was about to.
Didn't I say? What did I say?
Lone
Star.
Oh.
I'm sure somewhere in Texas
it was
there's
a great
Lone
country
Star
group. My goodness.
You know what, Adam? I really got to send a shout out to John and everybody at Lone Wolf. They give us a ton of fireworks. All the fireworks you see here are sponsored. So that's a lot of money we're burning of Lone Wolf's cash every week.
And I apologize to John. Goodness gracious. I called Peter Turford, Daryl Turford earlier, and now I got Lone Wolf's name wrong.
One thing, just Donald's from Ablaze Lighting worked hard all day to get the backstretch going for us. They've been working hard. And we are really the guinea pigs, and I got to tell you, Adam, couldn't be prouder when Tony Stewart, Roger Slack, and the folks at Eldora called us to find out who put these lights in. Shows us we're doing the right stuff.
It does so, and I mean, people do notice. People notice all over the place, you know. I'm on Facebook all the time looking at other racetracks and on the internet seeing what other people are doing. Just the nature of the beast. Doing something right here, that's for sure.
2 on the board, 18 to go. Sean Evans will lead them down the front stretch on the restart.
Back to man looking to the inside, got into the rough stuff, bounced around. Look at Jesse Costa working the outside groove in that 52.
Great run for him, and good to see him up there in the top 3. We know the struggles he's had this year. Moved to the crate division and has been very strong all year long. Jesse Costa loses a spot to Jesse McDonald, but still right up there fighting in the thick of the top 5.
Yeah, a couple little bobbles there in the last lap. They'll gather it in, regroup.
And precipitation definitely coming down a little bit harder, but everything's still clean and green on the track. As Evans will lead them across the stripe. Mac DeMann in second, Jesse McDonald in third. Fourth is Jesse Costa. Fifth is Josh Shantz on lap 5.
Yeah, Shantz just made a move to the inside of Costa, but he couldn't make it stick. And he had all sorts of work in front of him, keeping that car in the bottom groove as Jesse Costa goes for a bounce up in turn number 3. Does a nice job to keep it off the wall.
Holds on to a top 5 spot as Josh Shantz got by him, and now he gets sideways in corner number 1. Lets Ryan Hunsinger by, so put Costa now back now to 7th as Holly Porter slips by.
Yeah, he has lost the handle on that 52 machine. He'll take a lap or two to regroup, get his rhythm back. He's got Gary Clute now right behind him, looking to make a move.
This time by 8 laps on the board. 12 to go. And I'm sure Sean Evans just wants to get to the halfway point as Davey Boughton loops it around right in front of Mac DeMann.
And
yellow flag
Jesse
out.
Costa has rolled up slow here in this 52, so we got problems in 2 and problems in 4.
Well, guys, the contact on the back straightaway there with Jesse McDonald and Mac DeMann. Mac took a hard look out the left side of his Lucas Oil Oakwood Transport number 4 there, and still looking down is Mac to see what kind of damage he sustained. From my vantage point, doesn't look like much of any. Can't see the right side of Jesse McDonald, but that was a gulper for sure. Just want to bring up to speed, as you guys talked about, we put it in the driver's hands. We want to thank all the fans for their patience as we work our best to get every single lap completed. We know we'd like to, congratulate the winners, but taking 10 minutes to do that is probably better spent at the end of the night than it is to hustle through, right, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So we will catch up with those winners and keep this show moving along.
I just want to mention for Action Expo, for any of the teams listening back there, with the rain out last week, we didn't quite get to have the great meeting, but all these sprint cars are welcome to come race tomorrow. 500 win, increased purse, and it'll be 2 crew and 1 driver in for free. So 3 passes to Action Expo tomorrow for the sprint cars that are competing. So that's for the teams back there, just so they know what's going on. And man, we're gonna have our first crate scramble, guys. What that is tomorrow night, we're gonna make the entire field draw for their starting position with no qualifying races at all. So if we get 22 cars start, we're gonna draw for 22 starting positions. 15 lap twin races. So the first segment, you'll draw for your starting position. Where you finish at the end of that first 15 lap segment, you go back to the pits. Then the second segment will start with the finishing order of the first one. So if you finish 10th, you will start 10th in segment 2, and you'll have another 15 laps to try and get it done. So I don't think we've ever done a complete field draw, but we're gonna try it here with the sprints. First of 3 crate scrambles for them this year.
Always trying something, that's exciting. And you look at this field, you could almost do a draw any night from front to back. They're all pretty darn good. Not a huge difference between the fast car and the slow cars.
Where the idea came from, last year I was working with the Super Dirt Car Station. You go down to and they do the 76er, where it's a big modified race for like 25 grand, and they draw the whole field, 30 cars, 76 laps, and I thought, man, that would be so cool if we could do a complete draw. I'm not sure the drivers are loving it, but it's going to be exciting tomorrow night.
Sometimes you want to put it in the hands of the drivers, like, hey, does the track look good to go racing? And sometimes you got to be a promoter and do something that's going to be fun and exciting for the fans.
Just to mention, in case you don't know, of course, we got all the action sports going on tomorrow. We have 4 monster trucks coming to crush a ton of cars here tomorrow night. They're going to be doing races, wheelie competitions, and freestyle. We've got Geoff Gaskin and 3 other amazing freestyle riders. Outside of Nitro Circus, Geoff Gaskin is the only guy to do the front flip on a motorcycle. If you've not seen it, check him out. Geoff Gaskin. It's both G's. Geoff with a G and Gaskin with a G. And check him out all over Facebook. You won't believe the tricks that the guy does. And to do a front flip here, never been performed on Canadian soil. He's going to do it for the first time here tomorrow. It's our big finale. Of course, Big Dave up there working on our fireworks package for tomorrow. So we're super excited. Hopefully Mother Nature plays along with us, but don't let a bit of moisture sour your day, because we're not going to let it sour ours.
Well said, Clinton Jeffrey.
Of course, Tanner Fox is back for all the youngsters who are big fans of Tanner Fox. I got to see, Adam, we had to rope off his pits back there. I don't know if you know, but you'll hear it from Connor tonight. But yeah, there's security barriers all around Tanner Fox's pit area, and he's been taking pictures like crazy tonight.
Now which side of the security barriers was Connor on?
We let him on the right side.
Is he earning his keep back there?
Yeah, I think he got roped in by Glenn Hills to work on Mikey and both Tanner Fox. So
very good.
You should have a smiling youngster on your way home tonight. I want to send a shout out to my wife. She never gets here. Christine, thanks for coming. She let me come out and play every week and finally came out tonight. Of course, Mom's here too. So.
And Clint, in all the years that you and I have been going to different races, we rarely cross paths, let alone with our wives. And how many times has it been this year? Not that Angie's here tonight, but anyhow, we're going green.
Scary.
Sean Evans pulls away on that restart. Now he's got the lap car of Brian Manicoke between he and Mac DeMann, but no longer, as DeMann will make quick work of him. The top 2 break away.
Top two out front. Josh Shantz with a big move into turn number 3 to pick up the 3rd position.
So it's Sean Evans, Mac DeMann, Josh Johnson, now Jesse McDonald getting by the lap car. Holly Porter completes the top 5 as this time by it'll be the cross flags, 10 and 10 to go.
Sean Evans looking good as he stretches out that advantage over Mac DeMann further back in the top 10. What a battle. Ryan Hunsinger down low, Jerry Hill to the outside. Here goes Josh Shantz to the inside for 2nd spot.
And Josh Shantz is getting by one of the absolute best in this division. He's no slouch himself. Multi-time winner in the crate sprint car division. Recently a runner-up with the Southern Ontario Sprints and 360 competition. He's in 2nd place right now and trying to track down leader Sean Evans.
We'll see if he can get it done. Last time was 1.8 seconds between 1st and 2nd. He's closed that gap by about 0.3 of a second.
This time by it's going to be 7 laps left to go for Sean Evans as he works it off a corner for the driver out of Scotland, Ontario. Leads the way over Shantz, Mac DeMann, Jesse McDonald, and Holly Porter.
Watching Jerry Hill battle with Gary Clute in the 3X, AJ Lewis in the 3, Aaron Turkey in the 68, and then there's Cody Day in the 44 pulling up. Hannah Farrell with a problem in the 8 machine. She's going to take it to the infield.
Definitely something gone in the right rear of that number 8 machine, so she'll pull it off. And now troubles for Mac DeMann. Our most recent winner will slow down in corner number 2 and bring out the caution flag with 6 laps left to go. The point leader has problems in corner 2, just as Ryan Hunsinger did in our last event.
Well, and look at how many race cars are still on the racetrack. That's how many spots, that's how many points Mac DeMann is losing with his issue in turn 2.
So now the question is the car able to refire? Sometimes these cars will pop out of gear, and they are hitting a few ruts here and there.
Well, guys, we're hearing about a call for a pickup from the front. Yes, he's lost the right front. Spindle and hub have broken off here for Mac DeMann, and he is without the right front, guys, so he will more than likely be done. Yeah, that's not something they can fix here in the 2-minute work area.
He came in 3 points up on Jesse McDonald, who right now is running in the 4th position. And Ryan Hunsinger, 30 points back, who came into our previous event as a point leader, gave it away with problems in corner 2 with a left front. Now he's going to gain, if he can finish at least where he is in the top 5, gain those points back on Mac DeMann.
And let's talk about Josh Shantz in the 18. Coming off some great runs. He had been fairly unspectacular in the opening weeks here. Hadn't had the success he was looking for. But isn't it funny how momentum works in racing?
Oh, absolutely. He was down at Brighton running that 360. It was his 3rd night in total, but his first A main in a 360 sprint car, and he finished 2nd in that event with the SOS at Brighton. Just a phenomenal run against some wily veterans. And man, in victory lane, he was so pumped to do that, so excited. And yeah, that momentum often will carry on in the next race.
Well, guys, if I can jump in here quickly. Mac, not the way you want to go, but still a pretty solid run for you tonight before this incident.
Yeah, we were running 3rd. Really good points night. Yeah, I don't know. Running 3rd's good. I was just happy to get some good points. The car wasn't great. Track's really rough, but Josh Shantz is making his way up. Watch for that 18 to make his way up to the front spot there. Should be a good show.
All right, thanks, Mac. Jump in there, get a ride back to the pit area. One of the gentlemen here in the pits and one of our latest standouts making the transfer dirt, Mac DeMann, ladies and gentlemen. Great things to come from him.
Now, is that a testimonial or a name drop? what would we call that? That was excellent.
Mine or his?
Not yours. Well, I've listened to you long enough.
I'm just thinking that's a true racer right there. He's ready to go watch what Josh Shantz is going to do right now with Sean Evans. And even though he should be totally upset about what just happened to him, you know what? He wants to go see how this one's going to shake out.
I think we want to watch Josh Shantz into turn number 3 on this restart.
Yeah, man, he is so fast here. And as I said, he's got wins here. I have to go through the record books, and I'll have a look here to see how many career wins. He's a multi-time feature winner.
I've got some notes here somewhere. He won 1 in 2016. He won 3 in 2015. So he's had some success for sure.
So five total wins is what I have here. Courtesy of Tommy Googe updating our website. Coming back to the green flag, Sean Evans looking for his second career win, his first one at Ohsweken. He's got 5-time winner. Josh Shantz right behind him. Jesse McDonald's got 3 wins of his own, all coming last year. Green flag in the air. Just 6 laps left to settle it. And man, Sean Evans has been in a league of his own on these restarts.
Yeah, he got a great restart there. Gets a good clean run down through 1 and 2. Pulls away on the backstretch, but watch Chance down into 3.
Yeah, he digs in deep, coming down the big high 5 from Kyle McKenzie. 5 more trips on 4. Driver number 87X, Sean Evans.
Davey Boughton starting to work his way through the field. I'm not sure if he's on the lead lap or a lap down, but as I say that, he heads off to the pits.
Evans your leader, Sean second, McDonald third, fourth right now is Holly Porter, fifth is Ryan Hunsinger. As this time by, it will be just 3 laps left to go for Sean Evans and the Nathan Ackland Racing Team.
DJ Christie, a slower car just in front of the race leaders. He'll run sort of around the middle of the racetrack, but he's holding a steady line. I wonder if there's a big chunk of mud in the left rear of DJ Christie's car.
Yeah, you almost have to wonder right now, and he is slow down in corner number 1. Yellow flag now will come out. As we've got one in the wall up in corner number 2.
Oh yeah, he blends in with that Burger Barn.
Trevor Young, guys.
So the 51 of Trevor Young is up there. Now what Sean Evans wanted to see. I know there's a nervous Nathan Ackland over on the backstretch grandstands right now.
And we were talking about DJ Christie and the handling going away. If you get a chunk of mud into some parts of the race car, into any of the wheels, it'll just about rattle a steering wheel out of your hand. And see, look at the left rear. You can see something, because he looks quite a ways off the pace under green. Trevor Young being pushed back around in turn 2.
Former winner in our mini stock division. Their features still to come after this one. Sean Evans, your leader. Josh Shantz second. Jesse McDonald third. Holly Porter fourth. Fifth right now, Ryan Hunsinger in the 43H. Then it's Jerry Hill in that 6th spot, trying to get by the gunslinger for a top 5 finish here tonight. Nathan Ackland will sell you all sorts of insurance. There's no insurance to get you through these final 2 laps, and he wishes there was right now.
You got to grin and bear it. Sean Evans is going to restart with the lead. His restarts have been phenomenal. Let's see if Josh Shantz learned anything from the last one.
Evans has been a rocket ship on the restarts. Here he goes down the banking in corner 4. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. He didn't pull away like he did on the previous restarts.
Josh Shantz looks to the inside in turn number 2, washes up the racetrack.
Into corner number 3. This is where Shantz is so strong. He dives in deep. White flag goes up in the air, looking for a first-time win next time around for Sean Evans.
One more time around the racetrack. Shantz hits a rut in turn number 2, bounces up. Sean Evans pulling away.
This will be his first Ohsweken victory. He'll work it through corner number 4. Checkers are out. Sean Evans gets the win. Josh Shantz second. Jesse McDonald third. Fourth is Holly Porter. And fifth at the line. Nice bit of driving by Jerry Hill to get by Ryan Hunsinger. And Jerry Hill's on a mission to go find his teammate out of the Hills Racing stable. Sean Evans picks up his first Ohsweken win. The Ackland Insurance Team. Again, thanks to Lone Wolf Fireworks lighting up the sky. Check them out, Highway 54 in Middleport. Find them online and on Facebook. Lone Wolf Fireworks, the official firework provider of OhswekenSpdway, unlike Lone Star Fireworks, the official provider of Texas.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
One more feature left to go. It's the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks, and we are ready to go. We're going to bring the 50-50 girls up to the tower to draw the winning number.
Greg, just want to mention we will do all the victory lanes at the end of the night, but we did want to make sure Mother Nature did not spoil the party tonight, so all the victory lanes will be done at the end of the evening.
All right, 50-50 girls coming to the tower here. We'll get Clayton Johns, our media man, to draw a number for us. You can do it. Daniel McKay on the pole, Dusty DeBoer to the outside. Tim Newell in the 26 will start third. Jason Dixon rolls off fourth. Mike Sarantakos will go from position number 5 in the 6X. And going sixth, the 69 of Rob Twitchett. Row number 4 will be the 64 Doug Erskine and the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton. Row 5, the 13 of Bobby Tolton and the 16J of Jeremy May. Row 6, the 2 of Matt Newell and the 49 of Gary Hodgson. Row 7, the 16 of Fabio Olivieri and the 66 of John Jansen. Row number 8, the 63C of Dave Crumby and the 9 of Tim DeBoer. Row number 9 will be the 4 of Aaron Rowitzki and the 63 of Brandon Crumby. Row 10, the 21X of Mark Bazai and the 81 of Carl Salt. Row 11, the 29X of Davey Boughton, the 222 of Nick Massey. Row 12, the 19 of Kyle Wirt, and the 11P of Patrick Abramson. Row 13, the 265 of Mike Evers, and the 13X of Lucas Lubin. And in row number 14, the 96 of Brian Crosgrove, and the 60 of Martin Schroeder.
And rounding out the field, Greg Calnan.
All right, I'm drawing the number. I don't have a ticket, so you can trust me.
From San Diego, California, driving the number 5, Tanner Fox.
Winning 50-50 number 215808. 215808. If you have that number, come up to the announce tower and claim your prize. The winning amount, $977.50. Yeah, Tanner Fox at the back of this field as the promoter's choice. Final feature of the night, double greens in the air from Kyle McKenzie. We are underway, and they're already fanned out 5 wide into corner 1.
That was a horrible looking start by everybody who was not the pole sitter in the inside lane.
Jason Dixon in the 6 with problems, as the 11P has problems as well. Patrick Abramson, I don't know how everyone missed the 6 in corner 2.
You know, I understand being able to pull out of line, but not before the leader fires. Like, they were fanned out 4 wide.
I'm not even sure how you would penalize any of them. Invert the field?
You would go down with the flag and you would knock them right in the helmet. They're wearing a helmet. It's okay.
So Patrick Abramson in the 11P will get the push. See if he can get that car refired. Another former Bomber driver making his move up to the mini stock ranks. And Jason Dixon, who started up there in the 4th position, is headed to the pit area, and he had problems very early up in corners 1 and 2. Looks like we have a winner in the 50-50. And our winner is Steve Smith of St. Mary's. Congratulations, Steve Smith. You've won $977.50.
Right on. I'll bet you any money Gary Calling, the announcer from Flamborough, is looking to make a new friend. He loves making friends with 50-50 winners.
Not even paying attention, Adam.
This is way past his bedtime. He's a kindergarten teacher.
So we'll try it again with McKay and DeBoer on that front row. Newell. And now Rob Twitchett will slide up from the outside line where Jason Dixon was on the original start. Kyle McKenzie, double greens in hand. We'll try it all over again.
Now watch this, 2nd and 3rd row. If they fan out again, I'm going to lose my dinner. They're 5 wide.
5 wide again. Unbelievable start here as Newell looks to the inside of McKay. Wow. They're still 5 wide off of corner 2.
Streaking down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Oh,
we got one losing the front bumper. I believe that's McKay.
Yeah, the pole sitter. And there it goes. Chewed out the back end of the car in several pieces. 4 wide for 2nd. Look at them down the back stretch. Tolton, Ayrton in the middle, Newell in that yellow 26, and Rob Twitchett on the extreme outside.
Rob Twitchett way up in that outside groove. There's almost too much going on at any given time to really call. Whoa,
Sarantakos gets sideways off a corner too. That stacks them up.
Sarantakos back up to speed, but not really.
Talk about Talladega Nights, folks. Here they come. Another 5 wide off the 4th corner. Bobby Tolton leads the way. Dusty DeBoer in second. Rob Twitchett running third. Oh, he gets really twitchy off the 2nd corner. 4 wide into the fence hard. Twitchett gets gathered up. Gary Hodgson. Oh, they all pile in, and you could feel this one coming. Tanner Fox involved.
Yeah, some hard impacts there on the back straightaway. Tanner Fox spins to a stop. Was that Davey Boughton that came in there? There was one black car that was still going pretty quick. Is it Lubin?
No, I believe it's the 4 of Aaron Rowitsky, is it not? On the outside, up on the high side of corner 3. I think it's Aaron Rowitsky in the 4. On the outside of Martin Schroeder, he took a hard impact. But yeah, okay, now I see Davey Boughton as well.
Yeah, there was one that went in
hard. Now Davey seems to be.
So safety personnel at just about every car down there. Reporting back, Clinton Jeffrey on the scene as well. I think that's him poking his head in on Tanner Fox. Did you get that on camera?
Are you coming back tomorrow?
No, I think that's good. He's kind of giving him directions on where he needs to go from here, so that's a good thing. Clint, what did Tanner think of that action?
Let's say it was a couple of crazy words and awesome after it. So I think his mom probably got a gulper on that one, though, on the backstretch here. But Tanner Fox okay. He says he's going to continue rolling.
Oh,
a lot of wrecked cars here, though.
I'm watching the replay right now of it.
Oh, okay. So it was 63 of Crumby that got into the wall first, and then Rowitsky was up on the outside line and plowed in, as did Davey Boughton.
Well, May car wrecked pretty good. The Crumby machine, I don't think it's going to see another race, guys. It is damaged on all corners. And nose taken off, rad punched out. The Boughton 29 we'll get a look at here in a minute and check it out.
Are all drivers accounted for?
All drivers are accounted for and A-OK.
Excellent.
Hodgson with some heavy damage here as well, but all the drivers are okay.
I'm watching a replay down here over and over again on Clayton John's computer. Great camera work. They were showing Tanner Fox and then panned up to the accident.
Man, there were some hard hits there.
And you know what? There was some good driving in terms of minimizing the type of impact you were going to have as well.
But we could see this starting, Adam. 2 starts, the original and the retry. They were 5, 6 wide, fanning out before they even got to the start-finish line. And it was just pandemonium. You could feel that big one was about to hit, and it did.
Well, almost before the green. Clint, have you been watching these green flags?
He's pleading the 5th.
What is the rule? Like, I know you can fan out, but you're not supposed to be able to hit the throttle before the leader does, are you?
Well, basically, when the leader takes off, it is open, wild season.
So if the leader doesn't take off and I'm starting 7th, can I cross the start-finish line first?
If the leader gets to the start box and doesn't move, they will throw the green, and if the leader don't go, you can absolutely go around them. That makes sense?
It makes sense, but there was a time when you had better educated opinions, Clinton. You're a politician, Clinton Jeffrey. That's what you are.
No, I'm actually speechless looking at the Crumby machine here. Unbelievable.
Yeah, watching this video replay, those are some of the hardest hits I've seen in this class in a long time.
He is a politician. He knew how to change the subject, too, there. I mean, you got your thinking turned. And
he was going to get me in a lot of trouble with a bunch of drivers back here. No matter what answer I gave, it was going to get me out of trouble.
Oh, no, that has nothing to do with the accident that happened. It's, you take every advantage of the procedures that you can. That's how you get ahead in racing.
Well, exciting things we have here in this division is once we get going, as soon as we go green, you don't have to pass the cone like the sprint cars. You can just fan out and go for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you insinuating that someone got improper start? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
If I was an official, I would say all of the odd number position starting spots jump the start.
Okay.
With the exception of the pole sitter.
And I'm sitting here as that meme on an interesting post on Facebook of the guy eating popcorn. This is fun. Keep going, guys.
I could argue with Clinton for days. It's my happy place.
The dual airbags, they're back together again.
Has Tanner Fox ever raced anything, Clinton? Here I am.
No, he was very fresh here tonight. You know, we had to get him in a suit. Want to thank Steve Lyons for all the safety gear and the folks at Epic hooked him up. And you know, Steve Lyons isn't that good dude, and you got to see Tanner Fox in Steve's suit. It was every bit of cinching we could take to get it to work.
Wow.
But no, I mean, he's having a great time. That car is a rocket ship. In fact, I've been lobbying to find a way to take it to Humberstone for the $1,000 to win show for myself on Sunday.
Do you think we could infect Tanner with the racing bug?
I think he's definitely impressed. You know, I got to talk to him after the heats. I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "That was hard. That was definitely hard." I think it's very easy to look at it and think it's easy, but it is not easy, Adam. That's one thing I noticed whenever I got behind the wheel of these cars. You know, it's not as easy as it looked.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it's very challenging.
Also claustrophobic, too. I find it's very claustrophobic. Bolted in the car, you know, you're not comfortable. It's tough.
You have to throw away all of your common sense and all of your instincts to drive a car into the corner as hard as you have to drive one of these cars to be competitive. Like every part of your mental capacity, every bit of your brain is saying, "What the hell are you doing? Slow it down here, cowboy." But if you want to be quick, you got to sail it into the turn and ride around the high side.
So you're saying it's easy for you then? Well, you said it took a lot of mental capacity, so I just assumed,
all your mental capacity is saying slow down. Greg, if you're going to try to get in here, at least, like, what are those? Are you playing music in those earbuds, or is it our voices?
Well, I'm not playing Bubbles, Candyland, or whatever it is up here.
Don't worry, I'll be asking you for lives later on. I used to do that. I used to do that just because I knew it bothered you. Wait, I got to open Candy Crush because I haven't asked Greg Callan for lives in a while.
Blocked.
You never blocked me. You wish. Again, the safety crew doing a fantastic job getting things cleared away there in turn number 3. And I got to say, we did not think earlier on, looking at the radar images, the satellite radar, that we were going to get this full program in tonight. So I'm thrilled that we have.
Well, almost. It is raining a little bit harder, but we're close.
We're into the last race. We've done pretty well.
It's 15 laps, so we need another 5 laps to make this complete.
One of my favorite things is seeing asphalt racers at the dirt track. Watching, well, Brandon McFerrin is he's an everything racer. Kevin Gallant, an asphalt racer. Kevin, you'd look real good in a dirt car.
He's ignoring you.
They all ignore us. They will be in action this weekend, I'm sure, an asphalt track in the area. Sauble Speedway racing tonight, a doubleheader, but a unique doubleheader. They usually run Saturday, Sunday of long weekends. This year, they're trying Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, new ownership up there with Paul Grizel and Mark Dilley taking over the reins from Jason Tom. And that's good news because I think it was possible that the track might not even open. That was some of the rumblings. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But for the new ownership to come in, that is great news. And Mark Dilley definitely knows what he's doing.
You never like to see a speedway go vacant.
No.
Because it doesn't take long for them to grow over and really become unmanageable. Like, you can't really recover what's lost.
Yep. So, 3 laps in, 12 to go. And they're taking them to the pit area double features next week.
So Tanner Fox is going to have to come back next Friday.
Yeah. Chopper, maybe you can go in the car. Come on. You've got experience. You
Yeah,
got experience.
Yeah, you want to put on a show? Let's charge pay-per-view for me trying to get into that Steve Lyon suit that they got Tanner Fox into.
We'll just see how good those epic racewear suits are. Double stitched. Well, that will do it here tonight for Durnin Motors and Bradshaw Brothers Night at the Speedway. Thank you for joining us. And again, we'll be back next week as it's Frankie Turkey Memorial Night. It's also Media Appreciation Night next Friday night, a full card of our regular 5 divisions, plus double features now for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. So thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of the Steyers family, all the crew and officials that make this race night happen, and thank you to my co-announcers, Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross. My name is Greg Kelman saying so long. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for Action Expo. The gates open at noon. Rain or shine, going to be an action-packed day. And then, of course, we'll see you right back here with more Friday night excitement next Friday night. Have a good night, everyone.